2025 is my year.
Hey, he just got a stat pad like Cole Palmer.
Yeah,
Please, Berkz, can you jump in the middle of the boys?
This is like that picture, you know, the blonde chick.
We should crop his head on there, on that way, and then be like,
Don't accidentally sit on the yarak.
Yeah, put your balls away then.
Shift across, let Berkz in.
Where am I going?
who can do it? Who's good
No,
at it?
you guys get an ear each.
I don't want to cross streams because
yeah.
the microphones are all.
No, you're right. Just sit in the middle.
right here,
Just
mate.
sit in the middle, bro.
Sit
Don't
on my
worry.
lap.
Yeah,
Come to Santa.
Oh, welcome everyone. Exciting stuff. It's our first episode for 2025. Our holiday vibes continue. As you can see, we're on a sunny beach, kicking it. Firstly, I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy and prosperous 2025. We want to thank you for the support and encouragement you've given us to continue with our pod. Please continue to follow, like and share our content to save us from our 9-to-5 jobs.
Please.
I'm your host for today, Alpy. As you guys know, with me today I have Veki. Fun fact, 2025 is the year of travel and he's returning to his hometown in March. I'm sure you're very excited to see Turkey.
I am indeed. Indeed. I was saying I got my Turkish visa all sorted. Don't need a driving license over there, let's be honest. So
Just ride a camel.
fun.
I don't even need a seatbelt there. What do you mean?
Ugi joins us. Convinced his wife a European honeymoon is needed. And conveniently enough, it's right when the 25-26 Premier League season kicks off. Tickets booked?
100%.
Eiffel Tower? No. The bridge. It's as good as it's going to get. Finally, we come to the main man, Berkz. New Year's resolution. Watch more than 64 minutes of live football this year. Boys, let's get straight into it. We are starting off really quickly. We've got the 24 windows closed, obviously. The summer 24, that's the last transfer window we've had. We've watched these players for 6 months now. We're just going to do a quick green light, red light on players, all right? I've got a list here of players that were signed in the last window. If you think they're a good player, show the green side. If you think they're a shit one, show the red side. All right? Here it is. Feel free to talk about them as much as you like. All right? In no particular order here. We're starting with Arsenal. Ricardo Calafiori. Green light for me. For me, a green light.
I haven't seen enough of him.
I haven't seen enough, so I'm doing it like this
Veki,
way.
you can't be in the fucking middle. Just pick a colour.
I haven't seen enough, so
I would
I'm
honestly put Calafiori and Timber in the same bracket. I feel like they've been interrupted by an injury. They haven't had a long run of games, so therefore I'm doing a red.
No, I'm going to go green. I reckon he's all right.
So far, so good.
I reckon he'll be right.
But I need
I'll
to
go
see
red
more.
for now.
He's a green purely for the goal he scored against Manchester City.
You just love
but
his hairstyle.
If it was
agreed.
last, look, that's a good goal. That was unbelievable.
Purely for that. All right, Mikel Merino.
He's rubbish.
Same rule applies.
No, he's just rubbish.
Haven't seen
I'm
enough.
sticking to my guns. I don't care.
Interrupt the season.
Still rubbish.
Yeah, we've got the last one for Arsenal. Sterling.
Definitely a red.
I can't even fight this one. I can't even argue this one. This one's definitely a red.
You can put
Fuck
Timber in
it
there
up.
as a new one as well, and I'll give him a green light.
Timber signed the year before, bro.
Yeah, but pretty much a new signing for you guys.
No. Timber signed the year before.
Oh, no, but he's been injured, you know what I mean, the whole year.
That's true. All right, let's skip to Chelsea.
Well, it's going to be a long one.
No, bro. Honestly,
I went through them and half of them I don't know.
the list is so long, I had to cull it. I couldn't.
Honestly.
I had to
There
cull
was
it, bro.
it was like 12. I checked as well.
Yeah. Pedro Neto.
I'll give him a green light
green.
because he scored a belter against Arsenal.
Or I'd go green as well. I don't think you've seen the best of him, but I think he's better than anything else you've got.
But recently he's been a bit of a knob with the whole head injury thing. He's
Twice now.
Yeah.
But I also feel like he's been taken in and out. He hasn't had a consistent run of like
injured,
12, 15 games.
Yeah, you're right.
Next we come to João Felix. A big fat red.
Look, he needs a run of games, to be honest with you. Honestly, he needs a run of games. He's been playing in the Conference League. He hasn't been playing too much in the Premier League. He should. I don't know why he got dragged off last game. To be honest with you, he was playing really well. If anyone, he deserves to stay on the full.
Was he
line.
always shit at finishing, or is it just because that's what has been his biggest criticism? He can't finish. He does everything right up until the finish.
Yeah, he does. He takes the absolute piss until he actually has to.
But I don't remember that being an issue for Atletico Madrid. Like
he couldn't score there. Either.
I don't think he didn't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like his price tag was huge.
Nah.
That was a big money transfer at the time, and he did fuck all. I feel like he did fuck all.
Yeah, 100 million they wanted for him as well.
I feel like even in his first Chelsea stint, he was scoring more.
His first signing was 120. Atletico Madrid paid 120.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was huge money signing at the time, but like he
does everything right, but finish. That's his only issue. If he can finish, he'll start a lot.
I mean, who's not to
games.
say it? Because that was Nicholas Jackson's problem last season. Who's to not say that next season he won't improve on that?
Let's hopefully he does.
No, but hold on, we've seen we've seen years of Felix.
Yeah,
we actually have seen we've seen Barcelona, we've seen Chelsea once.
Is that his issue that he just can't finish goals? And is that why? But then why was he worth 120 million?
Well, that first breakout season he was unbelievable.
Where did he come? Was it Porto or Benfica? Which one?
I think it was Benfica. It was in the.
We're going to look like a bunch of knobs right now.
I actually don't even know where.
That João Felix showed on it.
Yeah, I should have checked that, but I'm pretty sure it was Benfica because they did scam. They said there was a word of saying they were scamming. You know how they were so good at scamming for players because they got that Ramos guy. They sold him obligation to buy as well.
The
what the guy that won the Euros?
Bro, they're just selling players for 100 million each. You know what I mean? You go to Benfica, play 6 months, 100 million. That's it. That's your price tag.
Kevin Drewsbury Hall.
Who?
This was Maresca's first signing.
Bro, we
brought him with him.
We sold Conor Gallagher to get this fucking absolute flop.
He brought him with him.
He's the worst player I've ever seen. He's slow. I thought he was going to be like the English Kevin De Bruyne, but he's turned out to be
honest, he's just
English Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, it's same initials. KDH this time.
KDH. What?
The KDH. No, I was taking the
Leicester
piss.
player from Championship.
I was taking the piss. But he's an absolute... He's
I feel like he's like a flip signing. He's like a business signing where you flip the money and you sell it on.
Just
for
I
paid 30 million for him.
No, genuinely, I reckon to get Maresca out, they had to pay extra, but they couldn't pay it for Maresca. So they just had to buy a player.
But he was good in the Championship. He should go back to the Championship. Yeah.
That's his level, yeah.
You know what? I thought he was going to be at least like Madison level signing, but unfortunately I was
Madison
mistaken.
levels.
Yeah, matters.
Sancho.
I love Sancho, my boy. What a player. You guys are dogs. He is integral to Maresca's system.
Yeah, that's why
out wide, 1-on-1. And he plays every game.
How come he doesn't play that?
What do you mean? He plays every
game. He's never in the lineup.
Literally.
So how is he critical?
He's been injured for a while, but every time he's available, he plays.
How critical can you possibly be?
He's very important to Maresca's system.
Yeah. Fucking no worries.
You guys are just haters. You must be all Manchester United fans.
Yeah, that's what we are. All three of us.
It's like having a guy with one leg and it's a left leg and saying his right leg's absolutely critical. No, he doesn't have a right leg. He doesn't play. How is he critical?
What do you mean? He's played a lot.
Bro, he doesn't play.
Veki, do you know what it is?
He barely plays.
You know that you use the analogy for Amad Diallo, where you're like, the rest is so shit, he just looks okay.
Stands out.
Elevates him, yeah.
Like your other wingers are that shit that he just looks okay.
What do you mean?
Besides Neto.
Nani's was all right.
No, come on, bro.
Nani this last week.
He's on fraud watch.
This last week.
Hey, if we're going to say that Diaz has had a stellar start to the season but then drifted off, Nani is like worse. 2 times worse.
Yeah,
no,
but
Nani's on fraud watch.
We don't get defensive when we say he's fucking on fraud. I agree with you. When we say that about Diaz, you're fucking about to punch off.
No, you said Diaz is an average player, which I disagree with.
Nani's even more average.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'd put him maybe one category below.
Yeah, one category. I reckon Sancho's on the same as Diaz.
Yeah, Sancho and Diaz are probably the same.
Yeah, but Sancho went all the way to the Champions League final, and he was the star.
So who's
of
a
the
better
team.
left winger in the Prem than Diaz? You obviously have Gordon, and that's questionable because the stats aren't there to support.
Well, let's finish
Yeah,
this.
Sancho?
Sancho's on par.
Sancho doesn't play games for Chelsea.
He does, bro. How does he not play? He's been injured for a bit.
Emile Smith-Rowe for Fulham. Emile Smith-Rowe.
I like it. Oh,
yeah.
I like him now because he's left Arsenal.
ESR is a fat green. Hey, did you go red?
He's also fat.
Oh, green, fuck.
Yeah, okay.
He's fat green and he's also fat.
No. Hey, he's a bit chunky, but
I feel like he's slowed down the last couple of games.
No, he hasn't played the last couple of weeks. Yeah, he had a couple of
yeah,
niggles.
because he didn't play the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
No, he's had niggles, bro. Poor guy.
Same old issues.
Yeah, literally, it's just one of those things. Players more games. But Amari Hutchinson at Ipswich.
Oh,
Your
Chelsea
boy. Your boy.
youth.
The memory of him as a player is as fresh as this paint, Alpy, because he slapped Chelsea last game.
And we got 30 million for him. And he did a backflip.
He did a backflip.
That was unreal, bro.
How's this? Arsenal boo him the week before. They hate him to death. All the fans boo him. Nothing.
That's all it takes.
The guy scores against us.
That's all it takes, bro.
And then he does a fucking 17 jump backflip.
Hey, can we talk about players celebrating on Chelsea's head?
Hudson-Odoi a couple of years ago when he did the
Havertz.
Who gives a fuck about Havertz?
No.
Who cares? No one cares about Havertz, bro.
Havertz twice.
Yeah, no. What about the one where he thought he scored against? Was it at the
Yeah,
bridge?
that one too.
Yeah.
That one got disallowed, bro. But he went off for that one as well. And then Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson pissed me off.
Did it?
Hudson-Odoi pissed me off more.
Liam Delap from Man City.
Hey,
Yeah, that's a fat green. He is some player, man. He's been so impressive.
Absolute bull.
Yeah. That's probably the best way you can sum him up, man.
Can
He's
he
an
throw in like
absolute
his
bull.
dad or though? No.
Sorry?
He doesn't have that throwing ability like his dad does.
We haven't seen it, to be honest. He might.
I remember there was this clip. Oh, hopefully we can clip it one day. But the goalkeeper was so scared for a throw in, he actually kicked it out on the corner.
Yeah, bro. That was heaps.
Can you imagine? Bro?
Yeah, it was against Stoke because he was so scared. The ball's coming towards him. The guy's attacking the ball, and he's like, it's either he goes out for the touch or he goes out for a corner. He just blasted into the corner.
That's unreal.
Because he's like, I rather.
So Ugi, did he dive or did he win the
It
pen?
was a 100% dive. 100% dive.
I don't reckon that was a pen either.
Yeah, 100% dive. But you know what? It is what it is. If it happened to us, I wouldn't be complaining, and I'll be defending it till the day I die.
True.
So
Fair enough.
it is what it is.
If it happened to us, I'd say it was a dive, but I'd take it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
That's it.
But you
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
but the Gusto one, hey, that was fucking. That's another one. That's back to back weeks now. We get robbed. But
What?
whatever.
What
The Gusto
happened with Gusto?
when Pickford double footed him in the box and nothing
Yeah.
happened. Not even a look in the VAR.
Yeah,
they
but-
didn't look at the VAR for this one either.
No, they did. It got checked. It got cleared.
No, like
If Van Dijk doesn't
ref
get anything,
didn't go.
doesn't get anything
No,
either.
why would the ref go if they clear it in the fucking stand?
Bro, be happy that he
Yeah.
didn't actually collect him like he collected Van Dijk.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Pickford.
Yeah. Because that's how he did his ACL.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Fucking dog.
He nearly did it though. Anyway, but
We've got Chiesa at Liverpool. They're only signing.
Chiesa for
You're
Liverpool
Not
reminds
played
me.
enough, bro.
Can I say Chiesa for Liverpool reminds me of Riyad on this pod?
Just doesn't show up. Just not here.
Just not here.
Just doesn't show up.
Just absolute zero
You know what I mean? There was
contribution to the team.
a bit of hype at the start, and then just who?
That's how. Yeah, that's Chiesa. I'm going to get him a jersey. Chiesa jersey.
Latest
Cool,
development
really,
from the club is that he's undergoing mini pre-season still.
Oh my god!
Still, he's
Is
adapting.
he still playing with like the under 20?
Wait, he's gone from Italian league to Premier League. You've got to.
Yo, is he
I don't know if
the
it's
only,
his
is he the
excuse,
only
bro.
player to make that move? No other player in history's make that
I don't
move.
think he deserves
Which
that much
other
leeway,
Italian
bro.
player has made the move and succeeded in the Prem?
Ricardo Calafiori.
Tonali.
Tonali.
Yeah, and he's got injured after a few
Yeah,
games.
no,
still-
his
still
gambling
adapted
fucked
really
him
well.
more than the injury, bro.
Bro, heaps come. Pogba came from Italy.
Bro, he's living off that Man City
base.
goal. He's done nothing so far.
Chiesa. Fuck. It's December, bro. How many more excuses do you want for?
He hasn't played a single game.
You guys obviously don't get
Well, he hasn't
periodization on
started
how it
a game.
works.
He's played.
No, he hasn't
You
played.
need time to adapt.
Surely he's going to
Where
play a
would he
couple
play?
games.
No coach will throw someone in after the
Bro,
amount
Mudryk
of time
came
he's
from
had
Ukraine.
straight in.
He came from Ukraine and he's
And has he ever settled?
Yeah, of course he's settled. He's
He's
scored how
settled
many
fucking.
worldies
He's settled
in the Conference
fucking
League?
nowhere. His career's done.
Yeah, that's because of cheating. But in terms of playing football,
We're going to get into that as well.
in terms of playing
Yeah, Chiesa
football,
doesn't take
I
performance
have a
enhancing.
theory about the performance-enhancing drugs.
Oh, here we go.
I have a
it's
theory.
wild theory.
No.
I look
Anyway.
forward to it.
Bro, ever since he got caught, Chelsea's sort of dropped off the play. You know what? This is what I'm
If you
saying.
put 2 and 2 together,
This is what I'm saying,
What
bro.
else next?
Gundo, back to Barca. Back from Barca.
Gundo, you know what? I thought Gundo was going to take him from being second to first. Gundo is probably on par with Mourinho to me.
leave football before it leaves you.
Marino? Oh, Marino.
The transfer.
Wait,
I
wise.
thought you
Did you
meant like Mourinho.
No, not Mourinho.
Did you
Marino.
just compare Gundo to Marino?
Yeah, both shit.
Bro,
That's
you
why it's red.
cannot compare those two players. Gundo is a fucking legend of the game.
I'm saying now.
Real GM, bro.
I'm saying now.
Even still, bro.
Yeah, even now, he, without any legs, he's better than Marino. But I'm talking transfer-wise, nah, it was crap.
Gundo left at the right time, but then he left for the wrong time.
And then he came back at the worst time.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
he did well at Barcelona.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
yeah, but he was
That's
the
what
only
he's
one to do well because the rest of them were like, he wasn't even interested in winning.
He
Yeah.
probably
It was
saw
like,
it was a
bro,
single
what is
chip.
this?
He should have stayed with Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
He would have been good. Savinho, he got his first goal on the weekend. Celebrated with the ball under the shirt because the baby.
I like him.
I'm in
Bro,
and
his
out.
baby's 3 years old. His baby's 3 years. He just hasn't scored a goal, so he hasn't been able to celebrate.
Look, personally, I like him. I reckon he plays well, but
he's a
I
fucking
mean, output
Bit
wise,
hypey
he
for
hasn't done
me.
much, but I reckon, he's a good player. I reckon he'll come good.
What have you
Doku,
seen of him
hype.
to say that he's a good player?
He's
But you just said the same thing about Doku. He's done fuck all since then.
He's got, but I feel like Doku's like,
Right, you
he's
fall for the
full
flash.
gone.
You're
He's
like,
full
a
gone.
player
I
doesn't
reckon
step over, you're
Savinho,
like,
he's still-
whoa!
Yeah,
He's still alright.
I like Savinho. I do. I like.
I reckon he's
Berkz
alright.
grew up with the Jogger Benito.
I'll still
You know what I
say
mean? He grew
give him
up
red.
with the Nike ads with the Brazil
Yeah, the
team doing
commercial.
fucking rainbow
Oh,
flicks.
darling.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what he
the
grew up
bossa
with,
nova
bro.
music. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, these ones are good. Lenny Yoro.
If this is a United segment, I'm just going to keep this up.
My hand hurts.
You know what?
Just don't even bother, bro.
It might have been different if he didn't get injured in preseason. It might have been different, but it's a red for now.
He looks like he should be playing Division 5.
What? State
Nah.
5?
He looks crap.
As in State 5 in Victoria?
Yeah, like Victoria,
Yeah, yeah.
the local team.
Like
Lenny
he should-
Yoro.
Yeah,
He should be
looks
my
so
teammate,
crap.
is what you're saying.
For paying that much money for him, he looks.
Yeah,
honestly,
it was a lot of money.
He looks honestly absolutely. He looks worse than Harry Maguire.
Next up, we got Delit. Now, I don't mind Delit. I don't mind him.
He's on fraud watch.
Yeah.
He's probably the best out of the bunch they signed.
Nah, yeah. If you
You
say
reckon?
he's a shit,
Out of the
that window.
he's the best out of the
Yeah.
shit one.
Bro, his first 5 minutes, he got ripped against, I'm pretty sure, Southampton. Carl Walker-Peters absolutely ripped him
Yeah, I
one.
remember
And since
that.
then, he hasn't settled at all.
Yeah,
I feel like his
I don't
first
think he's
two
done
games,
anything
he
of
was
note.
like clear in for mistakes. Like he was one of the reasons
He's
they
crap, man.
I think,
Popped the
bro,
goal.
but yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure United,
you know
as a defensive unit, has copped as much goals, if not more, than Everton, which is saying something.
Yeah,
and he's
there you go.
part of that unit. So,
I'm flipping.
red.
Yeah, I'm
he
flipping.
deserves a red for that.
Ugarte.
Probably, yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
he's probably one of the better ones out of
Yeah.
and Mazraoui, but we'll get to that. Obviously.
He looks good in this system.
But I would go back to and apply the same with Ahmad because everyone else around him is so shit.
Yeah.
And he's got a
better.
bit of ability, bit of a turn on the ball. You know, everyone goes, wow, he's really good. Which
Red
he is,
red for
but
me.
amongst a shit team,
Elaborate.
he's going to look good.
The only reason why I give him a red is because compared to every other CDM or CM, in the Premier League, he looks very, very slow. He just doesn't look up to scratch.
You reckon he's just not up to pace yet?
Nah, no way. And I don't think he will be. But if that's his best, like this could be his best that we're seeing at the moment, and it's still average.
No, he can't, this can't be his best.
No, it's not because he hasn't had a preseason.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
What do
Like,
you mean? Didn't he have
And
a preseason with
Amorim will.
PSG?
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah,
Because I
true,
think
you're
Amorim's
fine.
expectations are to get them to be one of the fittest teams in the Prem and work as hard as anyone in
And
the
then,
league.
and then all the
Good
injuries
luck.
come. That's what
Because right
Poch said
now
as
it's
well.
just nothing.
That's what Poch said as well. That's what Ange wants to do as well, and everyone just keeps dropping like
bro,
flies.
if you want to talk about Poch, we need to talk about his record in the last 19 games.
Yeah, but the last 19
And
games. the first
Maresca's
thing.
record in his first 19 games.
Yeah, but you're talking about. I do Poch's first 19 games and then Maresca's.
Yeah, he started off shocking though. to
He
be
started
fair.
shocking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but Maresca's inherited the team that Poch built
He didn't
and
really
got.
build it.
Yeah, bro.
But there was like five. There was like 5 players that left since Poch.
Which?
Sterling's left. There's a couple other
but he wasn't
players.
playing in the second half of the last season.
Yeah, but he was still in the team. He was in the squad. Chilwell was still playing. He was playing Colwell as left wing back.
At the start, yes.
No, pretty much the whole time.
No.
Could you
Yeah,
even call that a Poch squad though?
Yeah, 100%.
There was no
The way they've-
Lavia.
the way they've done business.
No
in
Lavia.
Poch's last 19 games, he got 38 points.
That was just purely.
No, he had-
that
yeah,
was
I mean, he had a crazy run and
Maresca's
ended up
first
getting Europe
19
for that, I
games,
remember.
and everyone's saying Maresca's the next coming of fucking Jesus.
No
He's
one's
got
ever said
35
that. I don't think
points.
anyone's
only you said
He's got 35 points.
only delusional Arsenal fans
You
trying
guys
to
were
hype
in
him
the
up.
title race till last week.
Who said
Just to
that?
justify, I did that.
All of us.
Who? Yeah, you.
All of us.
None of the Chelsea fans did.
No, Chelsea fans were
Nah.
talking about title races.
Nah, no
too.
one was
I don't
talking
know.
about a title race.
Mazraoui.
I like him.
This way. You know what? I think before this week, it
He-
would have been a green. But I think what happens to United players is just it's happening to him. They sign for the club, they start off well, and then it goes to shit because they get infected by the shit around them.
I reckon if the last 2 weeks wasn't as bad as what it was for them United now, he could have been a shout for the team of the season so far.
Anthony Gordon ripped him a new on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I mean. And it's not going to get any easier for him because he's got who's next? Liverpool's next and then Arsenal after that. And it's not going to get any easier.
Fuck. Diaz versus Mazraoui. Lowry. Mike Lowry.
Like, you know what though? Ever since you guys have criticised Diaz, he's been actually doing well.
He's come back up.
So thanks, boys.
Well,
He's
hasn't he?
just
I'm pretty
average.
sure he scored more goals than Saka at this point, hasn't he?
Saka's injured, bro. What are you talking
Doesn't matter.
about?
What, he got injured like 2 weeks ago.
He hasn't played in 3 games.
So
That's all right.
what does that mean?
put their GA together. Tell me what it is. Xerxes. Poor guy, bro. He got scapegoated.
Got ruined.
Poor guy.
That was actually that's sad to see.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah.
Hey, for
The way
getting
he
booed
left,
off
bro.
the pitch like that, I'm
numbers
going to give him
wise.
a
I
green.
like Xerxes.
I need to.
I liked him at the
If
start.
his name was like John Smith, he'd be playing Division 3.
Yeah.
Just because he's got a different name and a cool haircut, the guy is and worth 20 million. That's the only reason why he's a part of that club.
Riyad's said one thing right, which is he doesn't really look like a footballer, does he?
Not to
Like,
not to what we picture when we think of a Prem footballer.
like even he's got like a very languid playing style. He's like a Berbatov. He's very chill. Plus, like when you combine that with like his physique, he almost looks like he doesn't care.
Yeah, he's like a Berbatov, but like heavier, shitter, zero touch,
No confidence.
zero ball knowledge. But yeah, he's similar.
It'd be like if Rooney came back to play now.
Fuck.
You know
Rooney,
what I mean? But
just
like
call it
Rooney
Rooney.
at
as
like
in right
45
now,
or whatever
yeah,
he
yeah.
is.
But at least Rooney can control a ball.
Hey, Rooney got sacked, by the way.
Yeah,
Already?
by Plymouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, already.
All right, but it's
Why how does
like
he keep getting jobs?
It's just the name, bro.
just Rooney.
Name.
You know?
It's,
You gotta-
it brings in
it's
revenue
cool,
for the
yeah,
club.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know? What do you have to say?
I was gonna say, don't you reckon like when Højlund came in, it was fine if he wasn't performing, but Xerxes come in and now all of a sudden it's all his fault. Like I don't know why United fans are like, more
Because I think he was
pressing
like
on him than
hustle,
Højlund.
bustle, you know, a bit rough, bumping players, fighting people.
Like as in Højlund.
Yeah, I think that's what sort of intensity-wise he got let
But
off.
price tag wise,
But
too,
like at
context
their
of the
age
player.
and where they're coming from, there should be an understudy to a solid number 9 who's like of a mature age,
Yeah, Martial.
and they're just learning off him. They shouldn't be like the main thrust of the fucking United team.
yeah, they got two young players that are.
like they're not.
They're forwards,
number
yeah.
one, they're not good enough. Number two, like the
What are they
team's
learning
shit.
from?
They lack
Yeah.
confidence. So
You know what? I think Rasmus could do all right somewhere else. I like what I see
In the
from
Premier
him.
League, or you
Yeah,
saying
no,
top
in
5
the
league
Prem.
somewhere?
I like what I see from him, but like you said, Vex, pinning the hopes and dreams of goal scoring for Manchester United on a fucking 21-year-old kid or 22, whatever he is, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure. Milinkovic-Savic at Forest. Now,
That's a centre back?
yeah, the centre back.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd be a shoo-in for a team of the season so far. He has
Yeah,
been
right centre back, yeah.
unreal. Really, really good.
No, he was.
I haven't seen much, but is it like has he been that much better than the rest of the Forest centre backs? Because like
Yeah.
as a unit overall, like they're doing really well. So it's almost like, can you include him in that team, but not Murillo, for example?
Yeah, it's like Van Dijk with you guys. Your defensive unit's a lot better, but Van Dijk's the clear standout of
Yeah,
that defensive unit. He's the same, and they got him for 12 million euros.
Yeah,
But then again, like
definitely
the way
he's very
the way Forest play, he wouldn't get exposed as much as if he'd play for another team. You know what I mean? Because like the way they play, they sort of clog everything up.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of protection in front of him as well, which is why they're doing so well as a team. Like even their keeper as well. Like he's having to probably face less shots because of that unit and that midfield then in front of them too.
We were looking at Milinkovic-Savic, weren't we? Liverpool.
No,
time
never
ago?
linked because he came from Fiorentina. I don't remember any links with him whatsoever.
I remember early on when it was like the Ozan Kabak days.
I just remember seeing him play for the first time.
like back then, bro. Legit, yeah.
I can't
Please
believe you
don't.
guys signed him.
Norwich.
Oh, it was alone.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know what you guys were thinking with that one. And lastly, boys, Solanke at Spurs.
I think he's doing well. Scoring when he needs to.
Just because it's Spurs, it's a red for
I
me.
still
I
like
think he's
him,
getting
though,
better
bro.
as the
I'll give him
season's
that.
wearing on.
I think they need a second striker because he looks tired. That's what I think. Because
It's from signing for Spurs. That's
no,
all.
yeah,
no, bro,
Charleston
the
can't keep
stress.
fit, and everyone else is injured around him. So I think they need someone to cover him because he does look tired.
Maybe Harry Kane. That'd bring back.
Yeah, no, I just think he's. I don't think he's top level, and Bournemouth got 65 for him. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? But yeah, boys, that's it. That's all the players I'd list. I mean, there's so much more. Eddie and Ketir at Palace and so forth, so on. You know, there's heaps more. But they were just sort of the main ones that I could find, and just wanted to have a chat to you guys about. But continuing with transfers. Now, I've got a fun little game for you guys. This won't take too long. If you could sign 2 of the players that I'm going to read out for your own team in this January window, which 2 would you pick from this list? All right. You ready, boys?
Yep.
You got Cunha, Semenyo, Kudus, João Pedro, Embuemo, Baliba, Eze, Delap, Gibbs-White, Leif Davies, Tyler Dibbling, and Morgan Rogers. There's a lot of names on that list. You got to pick 2 of them. If you need me to repeat them, I can for you.
Where does Davis play again?
Yeah,
Left back.
right back,
Left back.
right back.
Left back. Yeah.
I was going to say centre mid before you said left back.
I'll definitely go Delap because we're
The lap, you reckon?
we're Chelsea.
Well, it's not
You guys have
Jackson.
a shit ton of attackers.
Nah, it
What
just
do you mean?
needs a different. It'll be a good backup.
So what? He'd be just a bench.
Oh, as a backup player.
Bro, we got 50 billion.
But you're
players.
Sancho left wing.
It's a
Get-
January
get-
window, you're right.
I know, bro. Get a left winger.
Yeah, why would you get another striker?
Bro, leave Sancho. Back him.
As if you want to get Kudus over Sancho.
Bro, Lex, I haven't done my second pick yet. Is there a keeper on there?
No, there's no keeper.
Speaking of keepers, because I reckon like that Leicester keeper's awesome. Like remember he's going against you guys. He
Is that
saved like
Sels?
No, Hermanson.
no, Nancy, he saved like 15 shots against you.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, he's unbelievable.
He's a good shot stopper.
He's
He's young.
amazing.
as well.
Unbelievable was probably a little bit far, but yeah, good.
He could be with his. I checked some stats the other day. With his his save ratio and everything like that, keeping the Leicester in games, he could be up there with the top 2, top 3 keepers of the season. Like he could be a shout.
Like anyone that's got Wout Faes, that centre back in their defence,
he doesn't play. He doesn't play anymore.
bro, no shit. He's
rubbish.
terrible.
Yeah, I think Van Nistelrooy doesn't play.
Fucking hell. What do you got?
No. But yeah, so you got Cunha, Semenyo, Kudus, Pedro, Mbuemo, Baliba, Eze, Delap, Gibbs White, Davies, Dibbling, and Rogers.
I'd probably go Delap and Semenyo,
Delap and Semenyo.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, they probably would. I
Baliba's
think,
CDM, isn't he? Baliba's CDM, wasn't he?
yeah, CDM.
I would have said if we didn't have Grav this season, I would have.
Baliba's an
let's go
upgrade on
Baliba.
Grav.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Is that?
No.
Don't look at me. You're getting hard trolled here.
I don't know.
Nah. But Baliba has the potential to be a world class 6.
Potential. From what I've seen,
He's
from
20
Grav, I
years
reckon.
old, bro.
Is he 20 only?
Yeah.
Fuck, all right, mate. Nah, but still, I would not this window. I reckon if you're talking about maybe next season, potentially.
It's like saying I've had the potential to be a world class opera singer.
No.
There's still time.
He could be the next Caicedo. And Caicedo is miles better than Grav.
Say shit.
No, he's way better than
Miles
Grav.
better than Grav, bro.
What's wrong with Grav?
No, nothing's wrong with him, but Caicedo's a better player.
He's been plopped in the
In
middle
terms
of
of
the
what, though?
job.
Goals,
Yeah.
assists, attacking.
No, in terms of being an actual defensive midfielder.
I think you're comparing apples to. I think they're two completely different types of player.
No, definitely. They're not. I'm not saying they're the same player. I'm just saying one's better than
For the
the other.
position that they're
For
playing.
me, it's what you. For me, it's what you prefer.
Grav.
Yeah, but what you prefer has changed because of what Slot prefers. you would take Caicedo in your team.
I just want to take our setter because he barred us.
and Lavia. He hates it. He's got this
No, but all right. Let's flip it another way. If I could only choose Lavia or Caicedo, I would honestly choose Lavia.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
would
but
I.
Isn't he injury prone though?
He's just a baller, man.
No, because I like I like a player that's press resistant and can turn out of like tight
I'm
spaces
saying
and
overall,
stuff.
like, isn't he just
Not saying
hasn't he
Caicedo
been constantly
can't.
out of the squad because of
yeah,
injury?
yeah, he's
But
injured
Grav
right
and
now.
There you go.
Lavia are so much better at it.
Yeah, at that specific thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We don't need the paddles anymore, by the way, Vex. I mean, you
Just
can play with
enjoy
it if you want, but we don't need it.
Support paddle. Just flip it
So,
around.
Ugi, you're going Delap and you're going Semenyo. Vex, who would you take? Vex, I'm going to let you think a bit more.
Yeah.
When I look at the title charge this season,
Holiday mode.
when I look at the title charge this season, there's a couple of posies I wouldn't mind reinforcing. One of those is left back. So I would actually take Leif Davis. Young, can go up and down all day. Has got some quality as well. So for me, that's a no-brainer. And I would go for a false 9 in João Pedro.
Over Delap.
Over Delap, yes, because I don't necessarily think Delap would suit us stylistically. I feel like we need more of a link-up player, which I think João Pedro is. The only criticism of João Pedro is he's not maybe prolific enough just yet. So he's a young player. He's 23. Everything that I've seen from him is amazing.
Cunha?
It's a toss-up between João Pedro and Cunha. I actually like João Pedro more, personally, over Cunha. But recency bias, Cunha has played a lot better recently, which is why people make that link.
more.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, João Pedro and Leif Davis
This
would
will
be
be
my signings.
Burks.
I would say Cunha.
Yeah.
As one for
Ronaldinho
sure.
and-
Ronaldinho. Gerard. I'd say Cunha, but yeah. Who else is the defender on that list other than Leif Davis?
Defenders. No, he's the only defender that I've got.
Well, then yeah, I'd probably go
Yeah. I
Leif
was
Davies
sort
as
of.
well. Davies.
I was looking at players that are, that could be available and they're probably hot property
good-
at the moment, you know.
I mean, Anthony Robertson is always talked about, but I think he's a bit old now.
He's a bit old.
Yeah,
He's 28, isn't
27.
he? Yeah.
You know,
28, 27.
27, 20, something
Whatever,
like that.
something. He's old.
So what you're saying?
He's old, I'm dead.
Cunha
Yeah.
and Leif Davies, I reckon.
True, just copy.
Because left back is shit. That's why our position. Oh, well, not shit, but at the moment our left back is not what it used to be. You
Senior
reinforce
citizen.
And in January transfer window, if we're talking realistically, like who would you sign?
You'd want a left back.
I'd want
and
reinforcement
a
midway
10.
through at this point. No, but
I
just
just
to provide
don't
that
think-
additional creativity. Why not?
I just don't think Cunha would ever pick Liverpool. I'm sorry.
It was up to you. No one will pick Liverpool anyway.
Me and would have a theory.
Yeah, I've always said this. After Lavia and Caicedo both just pretty much blatantly saying that they just don't want to go Liverpool.
No one's going
I've
to
done a deep dive. I've
You're
done a
talking
deep
like
dive.
it's a club decision, bro. It's as simple as we wave more money in your face and you go there. Like there's no.
Well,
nobody gives a
Caicedo-
shit about Chelsea.
Yeah, everyone else can
Caicedo,
talk.
he's a Chelsea
Bro,
fan.
have you seen the size of his mum? He just wants to feed her, bro.
Wow. See, this is what type of
So
Liverpool
whoever
fans
offers more money.
Scum. Liverpool fans are so salty, bro.
Tax the mum.
Wow. Hey, have you seen that video?
I was
The
joking,
signing
by the way.
video?
Yeah, bro, it's cute as
Unbelievable, man.
Full
See,
like
he's a
family
Chelsea.
green.
He's a full-blown
Oh, bro, I
proper
don't care.
Chelsea.
He's a proper Chelsea.
The reason why he
Live for the
picked
next
Chelsea
money.
are twofold, according to him. This is not according to me.
Yeah.
Is Chelsea entered the negotiations first, they sought him out first, and they paid Modosh. It's a no-brainer. If I got offered the same and if I got approached,
Yeah, and if it
I
was
would honour
Chelsea,
the club
Liverpool,
as you approached me
pick
first,
Chelsea.
and you also pay me triple. So yeah, I'll
The
go
only
to you.
difference between Liverpool is because you guys got some bullshit history from 80 years ago, and you've got all these old school fans. None of these new players go for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Anyone that's growing up, they're not growing up as Liverpool fans. Let's be honest.
Who
No,
grows
it's
up as a Chelsea fan though right now?
everyone in the last,
bro, come
everyone that is in the 20s goes for Chelsea.
So now that
Arsenal.
now that Man City's doing shit,
yeah, it'll be
everyone's a
Man
Man
City.
City
now
fan.
they're all Chelsea fans now.
No, or even now the youth now. So for example, from anywhere between 14 to 19, 20, they're all City fans.
Yeah,
Let's be
that makes
honest. The
sense,
only
but-
reason you have so many fans is because of Drogba, and like half of them come from Africa.
Hey,
It's
shout
obvious
out to
like,
our
on
Nigerian,
Facebook.
our
it's
Senegalese.
all African and Nigerian fans.
Shout out to all our African fans.
He just
we
named
love
the
you
two
all.
African countries he knows.
Ivory Coast.
Hey, you know Egypt's in Africa too, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay, good.
But
I was just
Salah
checking.
plays for him, so
I
who
was
cares?
just checking.
I'd probably go Morgan Rogers. I actually really admire how powerful he is with the ball. Just running. at
Is he
players.
more powerful than ESR?
More powerful, yeah, but not a better carrier. Just my
I'd pick
opinion.
Morgan Rogers. The only reason why is because ESR is just too injury prone.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking like
Yeah.
both of them on their best day.
Yeah, of course.
I think ESR is a better player, but I think Morgan Rogers is more of a.
Where do
powerful
you
player.
think Tyler Dibbling sits there in terms of carries?
I probably haven't watched enough of him to give like a proper opinion. I mean, it's awesome that he's the standout player at Southampton, but he's also the standout player at Southampton, and that's probably not that hard to do. Like a lot of players could probably be that.
I mean, I don't think the hype's so much around that, but I think like every time he's come up against like decently big teams, like he's clearly a standout player that causes actual problems for teams. Like he's so direct. Like I love it.
Yeah.
I love watching it. Like we don't like. I feel like of late Sobo's become half decent at that, but even now, like we don't have that carrier that's so powerful and just breezes past people.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
You know, Southampton should get Kevin Drewsbury Hall. He'd be a standout player there as well.
Just trying to sell them
Probably not.
I'm trying to see. I'm telling you now, he'd be good there because
I mean, aren't they like looking at points wise? Aren't they pretty much like gone? Like they're going to get relegated.
Looking
They're
at
one of
what?
the teams getting relegated.
Southampton
points
already.
wise.
Oh,
Points
points.
wise.
I thought you said porn stars.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Just because you look like one right now.
I feel like I belong in Miami.
You're looking pretty
Miami Vice.
Berkz told us to dress up for holidays.
Yeah,
Pre-shoot briefing.
Yeah, and you can see the Balkan comes dressed like he would be on holidays.
that is actually a holiday.
That's exactly how he'd be on holidays. Wood comes like a tablecloth.
I just want to fit in.
Berkz comes on vibes, and I actually come like I'm in Miami, like a dickhead.
I wore this on my honeymoon. I think I can't remember.
Oh, you hot cunt. Where was your honeymoon?
Fiji.
Beautiful.
You got a
Hola,
receipt for that
hola.
shirt?
Hey,
Huh?
did I what?
A receipt.
Actually, no. This is for a costume party. I wore a different shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's-
No, give us a bulla bulla.
Bulla.
Yeah, I'd go Rogers, and I'd probably go probably Kudus. I do like
Good
Kudus,
shout.
and he can play a couple of positions. The two.
The
So
one that
what,
got away
what,
from
what would
Rogers.
then your midfield be for Arsenal if you had Rodgers, let's say, hypothetically?
I'd go Rice, Rogers, and Odegaard.
Oh, that would be deadly.
Fuck, that'd
Yeah.
be nice.
Because you got a transition stopper in Rice, you've got a playmaker in Odegaard, and you got a ball carrier in Rogers.
An absolute bull.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck,
I think that'd be a
Otto
really
would
good midfield.
it'd free him up so much to do just like creative shit the whole time.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to tackle pretty much.
No, yeah, that's what I mean.
He's-
Like you'll just all three of those players could excel at what they do.
Yeah.
So with ball carrying, do you reckon it's more like skill or confidence?
Both.
Because like the way you pick it up, I'm like, it's not necessarily skill type thing, I feel.
Nah,
Because it's like willingness to run at people. Like you pick it up and you just...
The confidence just goes.
Because once it gets going, you can't be stopped.
Yeah. I think you have to have technical ability to do it.
Mm.
Some players do it better than others. Close control, obviously, things like that are stuff you pick up as you're a junior progressing.
Mm.
But a lot of it would be confidence. A lot of it would be backing yourself.
Yeah.
You know, the mental side of being like, every time I get it, I'm going. You know, that would play a huge part.
Yeah.
Rogers is young too, isn't he, still?
Yeah, he's Cole
22.
Palmer's age.
22.
Whatever Palmer is. Because I think they played together, didn't they?
Yeah, they're like best mates.
Yeah.
It actually hurts to see all these people this young. I'm like, fucking...
Bro, it's
Makes me
crazy.
realise
Like,
how old I am now, bro.
yeah,
It's fucked.
genuinely, it's crazy, isn't it? You think of these boys and you're like, fuck, they're actually boys.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You know what's crazy as well? To see like how good some of these teams like Villa or like Brighton, how good the quality is. Like when you consider like Man United fans talking about like restoring their former glory, like you've got to get past these teams first that are loaded with quality.
Yeah, and way better.
And now teams they don't sell their players to United, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they just don't turn around and sell their best players anymore. You know what I mean? They've got 3-4 very, very good players. Back like 10 years ago, they'd be like, yeah, they'd have 2 really good players and they'll just sell them off and that's it. They just rebuild all over again. And now I think they can smell, the blood in the water, and then they're going for Champions League spots and they're getting a lot of money, revenue. So it's sort of evening out the playing field.
I mean, that's a really interesting point you make, Googs. Something I want to touch on. Is this the worst or best quality-wise season? Like, is this on the lower end of quality we've seen from a Prem season or on the higher end of quality we've seen from a Prem season? Because it feels a lot more competitive, but it also just feels like Liverpool sort of blitzing everyone and they're sort of clear.
If this was last year, points-wise, Liverpool wouldn't be first and would be like 7th.
No, that's not true.
Because City was about, they were clear. You and City were clear.
So if we beat Brighton this coming game week,
Yeah.
we would have 2 more points than we had last season at this exact stage. After 20 games,
Wow.
we would have 2
okay.
more points if we beat Brighton this season.
I think
Oh,
Liverpool
that
were
makes
top
sense.
at some point last season too, weren't they? Like at this around this
top
time.
for a while until we
Liverpool are
dropped
top
off.
now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like early in the year.
Yeah.
And
There
then
must be another.
But this is
Must
what
be
I-
another league that I was comparing it to. Then
Has the quality dropped, or is it more competitive? What do you guys sort of reckon?
I feel like it's both in a way of like the performances of like some of the mid-table teams have actually improved drastically. Like you look at Forest, for example, they're doing unreal this season. But then by the same token, some of the performances of the top 4 sides have dropped off for various reasons. Man City more like quality and injuries, Arsenal injuries, red cards, etc. So I feel like it's both in a way.
I wonder if it's like, because we had such a long period of just City being dominant, and there's always been that one of maybe let's say 3 or 4 teams, like the top 4, I guess, that have rotated out with your Cities, your Uniteds and Spurs. I wonder if it's because they've been so dominant for so long that like it's almost been like a slow build for all the mid-table sides to actually they're in a good enough spot now where it actually is competitive, and we're kind of looking at it in the context of what those teams are doing in the past. Like, I wouldn't say it's a shitter season. I think it's probably better for the league if it's like this, but I feel like because you're removing like City and Arsenal from the equation almost, it makes it seems like it's a shitter season.
So you reckon Arsenal's removed from the equation?
No, you know what I'm trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
We haven't won the league yet, but I'm trying to say
you haven't
We haven't won anything yet, is what I'm trying to say. But
they're right up your ass.
Loading.
It's okay.
them,
Yes, they're
Isn't
literally right up
Forest
your
second, aren't
ass.
they? Oh no, this morning you won them.
So if we win because we play first, it's a 3-point gap.
Is it already up to 3 points? I thought there was still.
No, you got a game in hand.
Game in hand.
Obviously.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
six.
but right now it's 6. But if we beat Brighton, it's a 3-point gap, and you got United,
There you go.
which is back to a 6-point
That's what I'm
gap.
saying. But if you remove those bigger teams, I'm saying like remove the bigger
As long as
teams
you
from
get
the
City
equation.
out, as long as City's out of the top 4, it's a competitive league.
Yeah.
Because then it's just a battle of whoever makes top 4, and at any time City can turn it around, and it could be, and then it's really heading up, and that's 4, 5, 6 teams. That's in a essentially top 4 race, and Liverpool's already won it as per Berkz.
I didn't
heard it
say
here
that, bro,
first.
come on.
I think
So he pretty much said Arsenal are already out
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they're right up your ass. And
No, just fuck Arsenal. Isn't it?
I think what we've seen is over the years, it's definitely become more competitive because we've gone from like a traditional top 4
Yeah.
to the top 5 and then the top 6, and now it's like United aren't even in the top 6, and like they're not a top 6 club anymore.
Not.
There's other teams that are way ahead of them. I think it's more competitive, but I think this season, as a standalone season, I don't think the quality is there across the board from all the teams. I think there's too many teams that are having off seasons.
There's a bigger range though. That's what I reckon it is. There's more clubs that are playing consistently good, and there's like a big portion of that are playing absolute shit as well. United and onwards, like obviously your relegation battlers, they're not going to perform anyway.
We're
Like
we're going to get to that. I've got that as a topic.
But as in like the bottom
worry.
half of the table are not performing, in any capacity. But then there's a bigger range of teams that actually are playing well. Because like if you think about the season that Liverpool won it, that was like, all right, you could say that was potentially a shit season because we
just a COVID
blitzed
season.
them. I'm not going to say it's not. Don't give me the asterisk.
It was
bullshit,
just a
bro.
COVID season.
We were 20
bro.
points ahead by January.
That's what I
before
mean.
everything
It was a
started.
COVID season.
It was a COVID season from March onwards, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Come on.
Speaking of all this, let's create our combined team of the season so far, boys. We'll go through play by play. Everyone can put one up.
There's only so much I can say with 64 minutes of watch time.
No, you can give us something. You can give us something, and then at the end we'll do a manager as well. But let's start with the goalkeeper. Who does Berkz, who do you nominate?
Kelleher.
Okay.
I'm joking. I don't know. No, I take it back. I'm not joking.
Okay.
I'm not being serious.
Okay. You know that the meme where the guy's just like, okay.
I love that meme. That's my favorite
how
one.
I felt when you said Kelleher just then.
He said okay anyway. Keeper.
Yeah. There's a couple of options, like Wilkes mentioned. The Leicester keeper. Brighton's keepers had a pretty good season. David Raya.
I almost want to lean towards Alisson. I know he's been injured, but I would still say Alisson. I'm going to say Alisson. I'm putting Alisson in there.
There's
He's played 4 games.
No
He's not played
bias
4
in
games,
that at
bro.
all.
He's at
Zero.
no
bias in that
He's
answer.
literally played 4 games.
He's had 3 or 4 games, hasn't he?
How many games has he played?
Bro, he's played like 4 or 5 games. Yes.
No.
Bro, Kelleher's
More
been
than
playing
that,
majority
surely.
of the season.
Actually, no, but he was in that 10-game run that we were meant to get munched about. He wasn't in that run.
Bro, I
was he?
reckon our third
Oh, I
keeper's
take
played
it
more
back.
games.
I think what Jados? He played
Say
one.
Raya, bro.
He's played one game.
Just say
I'll say
Alisson.
right. I'll say right.
Alisson.
No,
bro. No, say Alisson.
I thought Alisson played more games than he did. But he actually hasn't. Because I forget. Remember that game we had 10 games?
Yeah,
where it was
Kelleher played every
Madrid,
single one
City,
of
blah,
them.
blah, blah.
In what year?
That was Kelleher. No, this season. I'm saying. In this season that's just passed. I'll go right.
David Raya. Wilkes.
Hermanson. That's why I knew his name because I was actually doing research.
Hermanson.
Becky.
Well, interestingly enough, it's always been between like Edison and Alisson and stuff like that. I don't think either one of them can claim the award for various reasons. For me, if you're looking at the best keepers, you also have to look at the best defenses in the league. And the 2 best defenses in the league have been Arsenal and it's been Forest. So for me, it's between Raya and Sells, who is the Forest keeper. And I will go with Raya because I feel like there's games where he's won it off his own glove for Arsenal. To be honest.
He's definitely saved us points this season.
Yeah.
Or won us points, I should say. But
So that's my pick.
I'd say Raya as well. That's a 3-1 Hooks.
Yeah, fair enough.
Raya goes in.
Don't
as
really count Berkz.
Raya goes in as our keeper.
What I will say though, if Hermanson was in that Arsenal team, I think he would do just as well.
Yeah.
'Cause
No.
he's an amazing keeper.
No,
I agree.
bro.
Come on, bro.
Bro, I told you.
Bro, the
I told
saves
you-
he pulls off.
Bro.
I told you guys at the start.
Yeah, bro.
It was a fucking Brentford.
Whatever.
I
He
told
was
you
at Brentford.
guys.
Same thing.
Bro, I
Leicester.
told you guys at the start of the season that Raya will get his props this season.
Yeah, he
the,
did.
the first episode I told
And
you.
then he
Alisson
fucking
hasn't
nearly
even played,
didn't
bro.
get it. And then he slipped his hand out.
No, I told you guys that he would be spoken about
Of
the
course.
same way that they speak about Alisson and
Hold
Edison
on
in the
though.
previous-
But he still won't make my
Alisson
top
hasn't fucking played, and Edison has been conceding like Swiss cheese goals.
Yeah, but even if they were playing, I'm saying he'd still be spoken about as that category in that bracket of keeper.
Yeah, he's
Bro,
the
David
third
Raya
best
has
keeper.
been unbelievable.
Yeah, but he's still in my eyes the 3rd best keeper in the league.
That's fine. A lot
Could
of
be
people,
could be second soon.
A lot of people will hold that because of what Edison and Alisson have done in the past.
Alisson, when he's come back, he's looked good though.
No, Alisson is definitely the best keeper. I'm not trying to dispute that, but I'm saying this season, I
Yeah,
don't
of
think
course.
there's
I
been
agree
a
with you.
keeper better than Raya.
Yeah, I agree.
And what I said in the first couple of episodes about Raya finally getting the props he should, he's getting them now.
I think it
People
was
are
generally
talking.
up one, yeah. You said
Yeah.
that.
No, he is. He's
People are talking about him and seeing how much value he does add to the squad.
was that the Bulldog studio?
Yeah, back at Bulldog Studios.
I'll
Shout out
find it.
Bulldog Studios.
Shout out
Shout
to
out.
them.
Straight out.
Right back. I'll start with this one. I'd nominate Trent.
Trent.
Yeah, I'd nominate Trent. I think-
Connor Bradley.
Yeah, no, Trent didn't take that corner in the Champions League semi-final. I think it was James Miller at the time.
The corner taken quickly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was James
No, it
Miller.
was Trent.
No,
it was Bradley.
It was Miller.
I don't know if you're taking the piss, but it was Trent. You might be taking the
That's
piss.
the meme now. Yeah,
What we're saying is a lot of Liverpool fans are like turning, like on Twitter, like everyone's turning.
they're turning.
So
Yeah,
we're
the
like,
meme
no,
now.
it's Bradley. Everyone's trying to collectively rub him out of memory.
I love that he thought I was being legit though.
Didn't Origi take it and then get on the end of it too?
Yeah, he ran into his own corner. Yeah,
But yeah, I nominate Trent so far. I don't think there's been anyone else that
I mean, who else is in contention?
Timber.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the last, like I said, if it wasn't for the last two United games, he's a left back dickhead. He's not. He's a right
We're
back.
gonna say Dallo.
No, Mazraoui, but he's been very bad last couple of games. But before that, leading up to it, if he just held on a couple more games, he would have been a good shout for right back because he's been actually really good.
If you put Mazraoui in the Liverpool team, do you think he maybe gets nominated for that right
he'd
back
be
spot?
unbelievable. I reckon with this mentality and the way they're playing at the moment, he wouldn't be as good as Trent, but he's been playing really well until obviously got exposed.
He'd be playing as just a right back, not a right wing back. So he'd probably do better in your system, yeah. Because he wouldn't have as much responsibility going forward.
Yeah,
We'll never know,
I'll go
to be
Trent.
honest.
I'll go Trent. I'm not gonna.
There's a big
No, it's
overall,
Mazraoui,
like in the
don't
league,
forget.
there's a big
Nah, I'm not
decline of
gonna-
right backs. Like apart from Ben White, who's obviously injured, I can't really name anyone else that's been quality.
Timber. I rate Timber. I like Timber. as a
I do
right
too.
back.
I like him, but I haven't seen enough.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough,
That's-
but you can
he's
tell he's a good
quality,
player.
Yeah.
because he can play left back, right back, fucking
Centre
left wing back,
backs,
right
yeah.
wing back,
No.
right wing.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Ajax. Well, didn't he play as a cam at one stage?
Yeah, he was
Fucking
playing
hell.
as an attacking mid.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he plays everywhere. He was.
No, you're thinking of his brother.
Nah, he.
got a
Did he
brother.
play? They didn't play together.
He's
Did
in
they?
Ajax, isn't he?
Yeah, you're
Or-
thinking of Quinton Timber.
Didn't Timber also play it?
I'm not sure, but I got confused as well. Quinton Timber definitely plays as an attacking
Yeah, I
mid.
know. But I've seen Timber play everywhere.
Yeah, so I nominate Trent for the right back position.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I think that's open close.
Easy decision.
You guys reckon that's open close?
Yeah.
No one
I had
else?
Mazraoui, but until the last two games, he's flopped it for me. And I just don't think anyone else is better.
No,
Even though he's not that good.
Hold on. What about Newcastle's right back? Livramento?
no, not to Trent's, not for team of the
Stat-wise, though,
season.
he's up
But I
there.
feel
But
like
not for team of the season quality. so
not for
far.
team of the season, but if you're like again like looking at it as
Blow
a
for blow.
unit,
Yeah.
because Mazraoui is, as much as we look like laud him as a player, he's responsible for as a unit. He's part of that unit. Whereas Newcastle, the Lewis Hole, Livramento, like it's kind of a
The
solid
stat-
unit.
stat-wise,
And
actually, like,
another
close.
outside shout, Thomas Partey.
What, in the one game that he's played right back?
Hey, you can hear the aircon. That's a sign.
if we had crickets, you'd hear the crickets.
I'm taking
I want
the
to chuck a
piss.
mic on the
I'm
aircon just for that, bro.
taking the piss. All right, so we got Raya in goal, Trent at right back, right centre back. Ooks,
Yeah.
lead us here.
I'm doing Milinkovic Savic.
You heard his name for the first time.
Nah.
10 minutes ago.
Hey, just to prove it, I've been studying it.
Okay. You don't need to prove it. That's fine, bro. We believe you. Berkz, who do you have?
And that's why I had Mazraoui.
Full gallery.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bro. I've been studying.
He's got Gary.
fantasy.
Yeah, he's got Gary Neville's team of the season.
Nah, it's not.
Oh, that was
He's
the
on
story you
different.
posted the
Oh,
other
is
day.
it?
Yeah, his one's different.
Who's your right centre back?
Saliba.
Yeah, Saliba.
Don't act like you don't know his name.
I honestly forgot.
Yeah, he's fucking one man of the
Nah, I'm
man
not
of the
putting-
match on
I'm-
your field.
No,
I'm not-
I respect him.
I'm not
he'll
putting
get that
two
spot.
Arsenal centre backs in my team of the season so
Obviously,
far.
you're going to put Van Dijk next to him.
Nah, I'm actually not.
Well,
But we'll
get
keep
there.
going.
We'll get there.
there.
We'll get
Next.
there.
I'm going to go with a partnership. It's hard not to include Saliba, but it's very hard to exclude Gabriel and what he brings as a defender. So I'm going to go with Van Dijk and Gabriel
Ooh,
partnership
that's a good partnership.
as my centre backs. Sorry, Salibs. But I like the goal threat that Gabriel offers on set
Saliba's
pieces.
a Lebanese
I'm
brother.
thinking if that partnership would work. Or
I don't care if it work. I just
or how that
team of the
partnership-
season.
'Cause, no, they both play left centre back.
Yeah.
So I'd go Saliba and Van Dijk. That's what I would do
That's
for
what
my
I'm going to. Yeah,
partnership.
that's what I'm going to do.
Because one's an actual right centre back and one's a left centre back. But if you piss me off, say one more bad thing about Arsenal, I'm going to put Gabriel in, and then it's 3 Gabriel and 2 Saliba, so I get both spots.
I think that's the best manager of all
I
time.
didn't pick my left one.
Go on.
Who's your left centre back? Colwell.
Van Dijk.
You said you weren't going to, bro.
Just to piss off you.
Bro, I picked Van Dijk. You're not gonna piss me off. I picked Van Dijk.
I'll do anything not to have fucking 2 Arsenal CVs in there. But honestly, I'd pick Gabriel. But if it stops him from going into the team of the season and stops Saliba from having 2, I'd pick Van Dijk.
Is it harsh that we're not discussing Konate?
He's injured, bro. He's been injured for the
Yeah,
last 4 weeks.
I don't know if it's
I haven't-
harsh per se.
It's till now, and he's played not as much games. Everyone else has played nearly every game.
He's only been out last.
Because arguably, there's been games where he's been better than Van Dijk.
Yeah, I agree. If he was still playing the last 4 weeks, I'd put him in there as well. Like he'd be a shout.
I would say before he got injured, he was actually a best centre back.
Yeah.
better than Van Dijk, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's his
Van
breakout year.
Dijk was getting that status back.
The aura.
Yeah, but I think at the start of the season, and
There's 3,000 aura.
There's actually an aura. If you watch the games, there's actually like a bubble.
He's
And players just, you know how, like
glowing,
Morgan
bro. He's just a
Rogers,
sexy
players
cut.
bounce off him when they touch him. Like you can see players bouncing off Van
No one
Dijk's
touches
bubble.
Van Dijk because
Everything's
it doesn't go
slow-mo.
into
Yeah, they don't
tackles,
go
bro.
to him because they're scared, bro.
everything's in slow motion when he's playing. You know what I mean?
it makes logical sense when you're facing fucking Joe Gomez or Kwanzaa or Van Dijk. You're obviously going to go to one of the other players.
No, I'll run at Van Dijk because I know he won't defend. He'll just jockey.
Do you reckon defend? It's almost like. I reckon if you got a good enough PR team around you, you'd just be a goat centre back regardless.
Bro, my PR was crazy when I was a striker.
Can you
bro.
imagine?
Yeah, no. Ugi had good PR as a striker.
I've faced him personally, so I know what it's like.
Just PR.
Just PR, not football. Like people, if they heard me, they'd actually think I was a superstar. Like at one stage, I nearly gassed myself up. I was going Turkey at 29.
He was like Haaland
People are
after
defending me
he said
too.
big humble.
He was going to
humble,
go
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
trial at Adana Sport.
Bro,
I was 30 years old, bro.
Bro, I was so close with the man I was scoring in stage 5, and Ufugoja pumping me up. I was about to go.
I'm telling you, I reckon if you have some, like, let's say you're playing state 5, state 4, I reckon if you pump your stats high enough, you could, and have good enough PR and social presence, I reckon you can get signed
At
to
one
Turkey.
stage, I was getting a clip a
We
week.
should do
bro.
a social experiment. You should start playing again.
Nah.
Let's try and get you signed to Turkey, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's the opposite you're thinking. You got to go like state 2, get hyped up like
state
H,
2, state 1.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
come to state 5 and get half a grand a week. Just kick it.
Bro, he's good. Man.
It's a good money making system.
Taking
Not
the
bad.
piss. I don't know how much money he makes.
He makes good money.
So we've got Saliba Van Dijk centre back pairing. Everyone happy with that?
Yeah,
Yep.
still a dickhead, Halil, just in case you're watching.
And left back. Vex kick us off.
Andy Robertson.
It's got to be Anthony Robinson for me from Fulham.
Not Nuri. Not Leif Davies.
Nah, defensively Wolves have been shit, and he's copped some terrible. Like against Chelsea, remember when you guys ripped Wolves like 5-2 or something?
Yeah.
Ait Nuri was
He was
terrible.
And then he scored to
Absolutely
make up for
terrible.
it, but no, he was crap.
Nah, so yeah, Anthony Robinson, up and down. I think he's leading left back for assists in the
I think
Premier
he's
at the
got
moment.
7 assists at the
Right now,
moment.
Yeah.
shit.
Insane.
Yeah.
Mate, we had to put Neto as a fucking right wing back to stop him, so I'd pick him as well.
Bags of energy, love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played really well against Saka as well when we played him. So I'd probably go him too.
I mean, that's probably more open
Yeah.
close. I'd say.
All right, so we've got our defence set up. Raya in goals, Trent right back, Saliba, Van Dijk, and Anthony
I'm
Robinson.
just going to write this down as we go.
I want you to do a graphic on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I want to. If I have note of it, then I can
Perfect.
I'll keep it on top of mind.
That's a very solid unit, I think.
Ooh, we forgot someone key.
Who?
Guardiola. How do we feel about that? For him not being in there at all.
He didn't even come to my mind. I think because of how much he's been responsible for the goals they've been
Defensively,
conceding.
yeah.
Yeah. I think going forward he looks great, but I think just because of the amount of goals he's been sort of responsible for, I don't think that's why he's come to my mind at all.
Because let's be honest, most people wake up in the morning, chuck on the highlights and see him putting one in the top bin.
Yeah.
They don't see the other side.
Defensively
Either that,
hasn't been that good.
or they just see the sheet where it says
Guardiola, yeah.
70.
He's their best striker.
Yeah.
He's the best.
At the moment he is, man.
You know what's crazy? If you take away those goals that he scores, where would they be?
Probably much lower
Even
because
deeper,
he scored against
Not as low as United, but much lower
Yeah.
than where they are now.
DM.
Two
Couple of
DMs, or
options
you can
here.
do.
Well, let's just do. I don't want to do a midfield 3, or should we just run a midfield 3?
Because that's what every
I
formation is
reckon
now.
just 4-3-3. Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah,
2 DMs
full-
and a 10.
No. We don't run 2 DMs.
Or like
Liverpool don't run 2
One
DMs.
DM and two.
one
eight.
DM and
Yeah.
2, you know, midfield.
Yeah.
I want
Two or
I
three.
want a 6, an 8, and
Yeah.
a 10. That's what I want. Who's your 6, Berkz?
Not Caicedo.
Yeah. What bias here? I mean, no.
I want to
bias
say
here.
Grav, only because of what he's done for our club. He's come into that position and he's owned it, and he's doing
I
well.
feel
He's one of
most
the better ones in the
opposition
league. at the moment.
fans don't rate what he's done for whatever strange, weird reason.
Because
No, I rate him.
let's
I
go, bro.
I don't rate him purely for. Sorry, I rate Grav. I don't rate him as high as you guys rate him because when he came up against the Arsenal midfield, he couldn't do what he does against the other teams. That's why I don't rate him as high as you guys.
But
rate him.
one club and one match out of the
But
whole season so far. I don't know if that's
it was
enough
that
of an
game,
indictment,
and
you know?
also the Newcastle game. He wasn't crash hot. The Newcastle when he comes up against big physical elite midfields, I feel like
Don't forget though, he's played also every single game without rest. Like he hasn't had a single game.
he's
where
become like that
time
Wijnaldum
off.
now type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know, like
No,
he's that player.
bro, he's unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I rate him very highly. I just don't think he's in the bracket of the elite yet.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
We're not saying that though.
And
No,
he
I'm
might.
saying in the context of this season, like,
Yeah.
and what he's done
in the context of this
side.
season, he's been, I think, well, nowhere near as important as Salah, because Salah's just
Unreal.
what he's doing is ridiculous. I feel like in a way he's on par with Van Dijk in terms of importance in that midfield.
Yeah,
He's a
Probably
close
'cause
second.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if you've seen him get injured, like God forbid, like I think we would like struggle in that department.
Yeah, I mean, he never gets injured, so it should be okay.
I know exactly what you're doing.
Don't do the Riyadh curse, bro. Come on.
He's a close second for me, but I'm picking my boy Caicedo. I don't give a fuck.
And so what? We've got 2 for Grav.
No,
Did you go
No, I didn't. For me, like it's flipped a coin, pick whoever you want out of Caicedo and Grab. For me, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
No,
that's fair
no
enough.
consideration for Bruno G. He's been pretty good.
No, not really.
Nah, he wasn't a good start of the year. First 5-6 weeks.
I feel like he's done no better than, let's say, like a Baliba at Brighton.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Believe-
I
yeah,
love
believe-
that name so much.
What about
Baliba,
Thomas
what a
Partey?
name,
Baliba.
I mean, we've had chats about him being Arsenal's best midfielder this season.
Yeah, but he's played a lot of right. Like he's played a couple of games at right back. He's played a couple of games. Like
Bit of a
he's
Sasami
kept
knife
chop and
to me,
change.
yeah.
Did
Caicedo's
start-
played at right back, bro. What are you saying?
Yeah, he has to. Yeah,
So
right, good shout.
how
Good
far
shout.
is Rice from these conversations from Caicedo, Grav, or because none of us
Partey.
boys have even
Thought of
remotely
This year he
mentioned
hasn't been
Rice.
that good.
No, Rice is building into the season. Rice didn't. Last season, Rice was unreal. I think we can all agree Rice was,
Yeah, he was.
probably
As much
with,
I hate to
with
say it.
Rodri the 2 best midfielders in the league.
Mm.
But this season, just given the amount of football he played last season, plus the Euros, England, blah blah blah, he's building into this league, and he's had a lot of niggles this season. So Rice hasn't been to his usual elite level, but I still never really see him dropping anything less than a 7 out of 10 a week. Like he's not bad, he's just not.
Up there.
Yeah, he's not as brilliant as he was in previous games. But I do think Thomas Partey's been our best player, midfielder wise.
Do you feel like because you say like you keep getting those 7 out of 10s? Do you feel like that's because of like tactical instruction? Because like every time I see him play, he's very safe with what he does. He'll never like pick it up like he used to at West Ham and like go on a bit of a run. Like is that like a purely because of discipline and he's been told to just sit?
I mean, he
There's
does.
other players that has to do that for Arsenal.
Sorry,
There's other players that do that for Arsenal.
not really. We don't have many powerful runners. Rice is probably our best runner with the ball. When he plays in the left 8, he does it a lot more. But when he's playing as a DM, he's very much a DM.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably a bit more natural for him anyway. But I'd say probably Caicedo. Just personally, I think without Caicedo, Chelsea probably would have started dropping points a lot earlier than what they have been doing.
He's like he presses everywhere. That's his,
Yeah.
and he drops back. In terms of if we're doing a high press, he'd go and tackle the guy up right in their right back, left back area. So he's a very high. It's like the time where it was Kante before he got injured, before he left. So a year before, I think it was the Conte. Maybe it could be the Conte year. Maybe the year after, where he was just at one stage he wasn't a CDM anymore. He was just pretty much a high. He was like a second forward pressing
Are you
everyone.
comparing Kante and Caicedo?
Mate, he's going to be the next coming of Kante.
He's definitely not. Kante's untouchable, bro.
He is definitely untouchable, but he's the closest thing to him.
I mean, that's still yet to be seen.
Of
But,
course. No, you're
Bex, you're the decider here.
Between
Between, who was it? Caicedo and
Flip the coin, grab and
I'm a
slap
coin
Caicedo.
flipper. I'll go with the majority. I'll go with Caicedo.
already. Caicedo's our DM, so we need a
Get out of
8.
here, Berkz.
Locked him in.
Get out of here.
Why?
You lost.
I didn't lose anything, bro. I've already written him down.
Fucking team of the
How many of your own players can you get in?
Fucking hell.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
We need a number 8, boys. Number 8. There's a lot that do come to mind in this position. Enzo's had a pretty good season, to be honest. Lavio before his injury, good season. Sob, Maka. There's a lot of potential players here.
Who else
Joel
is
Linton.
Nah. Throw more names out there. I've got one. He's Can we cheat and put? I know you hate Spurs, but can we cheat and put Kulusevski as an 8?
No, you can put him as a 10 though.
Because he plays more of a you can, but I want to fit him and Palmer into the squad. So I'd rather
Who says Palmer gets in?
I say he gets in, bro. I'd fucking punch on.
Vex, any
What number 8? What do you reckon?
any names?
I was actually going to go for a bit of a surprise, unexpected. I just forgot his name, but it's the
Tell me the
Must be a really good player.
Aston Villa,
Rogers.
Yuri Tillemans.
Yuri Tillemans.
So I think he's been really good.
That's a
I
bad
think he's
shout,
been a really solid pickup for Villa. And if you watch enough Villa games, which I have, his through balls are unreal. He's just shooting. Like he's a good, decent player, and obviously Villa are doing well as well. So that's a bit of a surprise, but I'm going to go for Yuri Tillemans.
Cool. Tillemans is a good shout.
I'm just going to put as my number. I'm going to try and fit them all in. I'm going to put Kulusevski. Fuck it. Fit everyone
As a
in.
number 8.
Yeah.
Look,
fuck it.
if we do 4-2-3-1, it would be Grav and Caicedo, and then it would be probably like a Palmer up
Yeah.
top. But since we're not, I'm having to choose an 8. I don't think there's been all that many outstanding 8s. Like even for Liverpool, I wouldn't say Sob.
You could say Maka.
Overall, as a season, Maka's been injured. He's missed like a fair
More
few
recently,
games.
though, he's been.
Like I feel like they're
turning
getting
on.
there, but to be considered like team of the season, not yet.
Any City players, boys? Silva, Gundo, KDB.
Nah,
City,
nah.
no
Foden.
way.
Fuck, they're all been rubbish, man.
Not rubbish, but not to their usual.
Well, KDB has been injured.
Yeah,
He's been
not to
coming
their
on
usual
second half
standard.
last 3-4 games. Foden has been absolutely trash. And I love Foden. And
What
he's
about-
been very bad this year.
Damsgaard from Brentford. He's had a pretty good
He's had a
start
good
to the
season as
season.
I'm sticking with Kulusevski. That's it. I'm just putting him there. I know it's not meant to be there, whatever, but I'm just sticking with him. Fuck it.
So you're basically completely irrelevant in this.
Just pretty
in
much,
this
yeah.
shout.
Put
I'm
Odegaard there or whatever.
Odegaard is probably closer to playing as an 8 than Kulu.
I'm gonna fit him in, bro. I just want on form.
Why are we doing a collective one?
he
Or are we
also
gonna-
has-
collective.
All
No,
collective.
but he also has played a couple of games in 8 because they've been so injury.
He's played as a 10.
Come to think about it, when I watch, like, I don't think any of these players come near what Yuri Tillemans has done.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll just agree with Veki and go Tillemans.
Yeah, no.
No.
Berkz, are you just texting people? What are you doing?
No, I've got fucking notifications.
Tillemans.
He's like, who plays in Villa's midfield?
No, bro, he's on Google, like number 8's in the Premier League. And he's like Steven Gerrard.
I've got delayed notifications coming up that I need to clear out. So
Yeah,
Um,
Tillemans.
Yeah, Tillemans is a good shout. I can't think of any outstanding players off the top of my head either. I mean, I listed a few before, but I do like Tillemans, bro. He has been pretty good for Villa this season.
It's a good
chucking
show.
in Tillemans in.
We need a 10, boys.
Tillemans.
I feel like this one's very easy.
Yeah, Palmer.
Palmer, Rogers, Gibbs-White. Maybe not Odegaard.
I feel like the
this
only
year.
other 10 that could challenge Palmer would have been Eze, but Eze's always been in terrible form. So I think,
Eze's-
like, for me, like, Palmer's a clear winner there in the number 10 department. I don't think there's anyone else.
I've
that's
said it
close.
before. I've said it again. The cunt's only goal he scored this year has cost us 2 points, and that was that fucking world he scored against us.
My only concern with Palmer is there's games where he's an absolute ghost. He does nothing.
He can't score fucking every week, bro.
Same as
Even when
Haaland,
he
I suppose,
when
yeah.
he doesn't score, he doesn't impact the game either.
He's played 50 games and he's had 50 goal GAs.
Yeah,
What else has he
fucking 17 of them are
Stat
penalties.
pad.
It's actually
That's because he, like, rapes one team.
Yeah. I like Morgan Rogers as a 10.
Mm.
That's going to be my that's who I'm electing for the 10.
Are we blowing the load too early on Morgan Rogers as a player? Like, do we need to
recency
see more?
bias. He's had
Well,
full five-
it's just what we're seeing this
So far.
It's what we've seen this season so far, and he's
And
been really fucking good this season.
Because
Surely
has he
they're
played
part of them.
in that Villa team from the start, or has he had to break through?
Rogers?
Yeah. Has he always been in
No,
there?
he's always he's been in the team from the start.
He hasn't been starting though. Has he? I feel like he
Yeah,
started
he
off.
starts every game.
Started off
Did he
the
start?
bench, didn't he?
Did he start? No, he started this season. I don't think he
Pretty
started.
sure he
Bro, he
started, off
started
the
every
bench
game.
the early
No,
this
bro.
season.
Arsenal was their third game of the season. He started and he fucking tore us apart.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like the
I
first
remember
few
that, I
games he was
remember
coming off the bench.
No, bro.
Oh yeah, because I
starting.
messaged you Morgan. Right?
I remember him tearing
recorded
Russell
it.
apart.
Yeah. He lost it. I was so salty.
I was salty as.
He's not playing shit.
I was salty as.
He's Morgan Rogers.
He's what he thought Mikel Merino would be.
Just start.
You know what?
You know
You're
what?
right.
You want to talk about Mikel Merino? This
No,
is
no.
the first time Arsenal started. Calafiori, Merino, and Martinelli, and 2 of our goals came from the left.
And he scored.
Yeah,
Bro,
one tapping.
2 of our goals
yeah,
came from the left.
He's played
Full
nine
primary
games.
school goals as well.
Huh?
Full primary school goals
All
as
right,
well.
yeah. Look, Alpy was all right. He's played 19 games, 6 goals, 3 assists. That's right, and 5 yellow cards. Fuck, he loves playing on the edge.
No, that's, bro, it's his style of play. He's aggressive, intense.
Yeah, Cole Palmer.
No, I like Rogers, who you got, Berkz?
I got Palmer.
Fucking
Any other candidates?
No, that's it. It's a clear 3-1.
What about our favourite rat?
Gibbs White, Madison.
Yeah, I said Gibbs White. Not
Cool.
Madison. I'd say Cooler's been a better
You
10.
could play Gordon in a 10, could you?
No.
Yeah, and Palmer 12 goals, 6 assists, 3 red cards.
Yeah, but he got fucking 4 goals in one game and 3 assists in another game.
Fuck, sorry, bro. Shouldn't he score 4 goals
Bro,
in a game?
against-
it's the
against-
first ever player to score 4 goals in a
Yeah,
half.
but no, this is
and
what we're
this guy's
saying.
like-
He just stat pads in like 3 games, and then he doesn't do anything for the next 6. and then he
Sometimes
stat pads again for the
And then
next
you
4.
could immediately go,
Yeah.
oh,
Hey,
in
if
50
it's-
games, he's got 50 goal involvements.
If it's that easy, how come no one else has done it?
No,
If
I'm
it's
not
that
saying
easy.
it's easy.
If it's that easy, how come? Name me players that have done 50.
Why is your lip quivering? Why are you actually getting upset?
I'm not.
Hey, he got you.
No, quivering. Yeah. No, I'm taking piss. I'm taking the piss. Anyway, but yeah, tell me. Go name me. Go tell me.
that's
What-
right,
what-
bro.
what-
First 50 games, 50 GAs.
Palmer's in. It's fine.
No,
Palmer's out.
well, I'm just asking. First 50 games, 50 GA.
Well, I can flip it another way. There's nobody else challenging because there's no other 10s in the Premier.
Bro,
I'm just saying in general.
Haaland had 50 goals in like 38 games, bro. What are you saying?
Who gives a fuck about Haaland? How come he didn't say it?
now it's not convenient.
No, but how come he didn't say it? Name me more players.
You didn't think of the
Bro,
player.
I can't even name you any other 10s.
Cole
Chris.
Palmer. Haaland, Cole Palmer. Go 50 games, 50 GAs. Who else?
I'd have to actually do some research on
Mo
that.
Salah.
Come back to me.
Yeah, Mo Salah, Henry.
No, first 50 games, was he 50 GA? Was he?
It would be, yeah.
All right,
Look it up.
Bro, he's had about 360
for
games. He's
focus.
got
Oh,
330.
focus, yeah.
Let's go back. We'll bring
Reeled.
Right wing. Salah, obviously.
Yeah, that's probably the most open.
I'm
shot.
going sucker.
Bro,
I didn't even know how to react to that one. I didn't even back you on that one. I think Salah's locked.
Yeah.
I've
If
already
Salah
got
for
it
some reason wasn't around, who would it be? Who would
So
be
it'd
next in line?
Saka.
Yeah.
It'd be Saka,
Mbappe.
probably.
down. Yeah. Who? Mbumu. Mbumu.
And Buemo.
Yeah, Mbappe.
This season because he's injured. Saka's injured
No. Well, Saka,
right now.
Even right now, Saka's still better than.
He is. I know. Relax.
Fuck, come to think of it, the gulf between right wingers in the Prem and left wingers is so big right now. Like when you look at left wing, you're like kind of scratching your head a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Like that obviously
Who is
didn't
there?
always used to be the case. Like back in the day, you had like your Giggses and stuff like that,
Nah.
and Hazards and whatnot. But now it's
He's
like,
shit,
bro, who
bro.
can you like name on the left wing? That's
Do you know who the first left? Do you know who the first left winger was that I was really impressed by? This is really random. Joe Cole at Chelsea.
No, he was really good. He was when he first came.
Yeah, he
And
was.
then he said after he got there, he said Mourinho turned him into a winner. He wasn't a winner before that. And then when Mourinho came, he didn't want him to do anything flashy. He goes, "Don't do anything flashy and I'll turn you into a serial winner."
Yeah.
And then he turned into
and then we got the best version of Joe Cole. They washed the best.
you guys got the short end of the stick.
They couldn't even trap a ball.
That's what used to happen to Liverpool. You weren't.
But we
you
were the
weren't a
Manchester
destina-
United.
You weren't a destination. You weren't. You just players went there to get contracts.
So
to stay
what
out
we
their
used to
years.
do is what Manchester United is doing now.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, like he was our Ericsson signing.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Or like maybe a Casemiro because he came with like titles and credentials.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
fuck, that was funny, man. You actually got me there.
So Salah, left wing. Left wing. Gordon, probably the standout.
No, I'm not putting him in there.
Hey, can I just ask a random question? Did Rogers ever play on the left?
Rogers. I'm pretty sure he's always played as in the midfield, bro.
Like an AM.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's played in the
Because there's
midfield.
a couple of games I've seen him start on the left.
I mean, we can talk about like Cunha. We can talk about Semenyo.
I love Semenyo, man.
I'm gonna go for
Kudus.
I'm gonna go for a left field. I'm gonna go for Dwight McNeil. You love Dwight McNeil, bro.
You've got a man crush on
I mean,
Dwight.
the
bro,
only
he's
reason-
he's their best player.
The only
like, by
reason,
far.
the only reason you guys probably wouldn't consider him is because he's been injured. He hasn't actually played, but he's their best player
Yeah, but
very easily.
I mean, at the start of the season, he was quite good, but obviously the injuries and whatnot,
Dropped
you
off.
can't really consider him too much for the team of the season so far. I mean, I'm just trying to think.
Left.
There's, like you said, bro, there's not that many like standout left wingers, unless we're forgetting someone.
If it was
completely.
Gordon last year, I'd pick him. This year, I don't
I mean, it's
think
really
so.
between Gordon, Martinelli, Luis Diaz, Gakpo.
Yeah, Gakpo more recently.
Chelsea, you haven't played anyone consistently there enough.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
It's
Rogers-
a job change.
Rogers has played 4 games at left wing.
Yeah, see.
Is he out of 19.
But yeah, no, he's...
Man City doesn't really have an option there.
Yeah.
Nah, Grealish was good in their last game, but obviously Man City's
He's fucking
been their
rubbish.
form's dropped off a cliff.
Elanga, where does Elanga play?
Up front.
Alanga plays right wing.
Damn.
No, he plays off the right.
Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson's always good.
You know, we could put Gibbs White there.
He's a 10, isn't he?
He's a 10.
Rogers has played 3 games this season at left wing, apparently, according to Transfer Market.
That's not that many, though.
Still
We could
enough
put-
to get him in there.
I like Kudus.
Mitoma
Yeah.
hasn't been half bad for Brighton.
He hasn't
I
been
feel
bad
like
either.
his output's not been great compared to last season.
All right, let's make a decision here, boys. I mean,
you have to go with Gordon, don't you?
it's either Gordon or Diaz, I think. Gordon or Gakpo.
I'm going to say Gakpo because fuck
Yeah,
Gordon, bro.
true. Oops. Unless you can think of anyone else to give us. Yeah, nice.
No, I was thinking if I should just put Rogers there, but I'll put Gordon.
Yeah, I'd go Gordon as well. Out of the options that I can think of off the top of my head, I'd go Gordon. I really should have.
I'm going to put Gakpo in the graphic anyway. Though.
No.
Vex, unless you want to change anything.
No,
No,
I'm
cool.
happy with Gordon.
Striker, final position. Who do you have?
I'd put for who I want to start in my team at the moment for the season. I'd put Isaac.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I was going to say John Duran, but Isaac's probably.
Did he get bad? Did he get red carded? What did he
Yeah,
get?
no,
Did he?
you got
Yellow?
red carded.
He got red
No, it
carded
was
for
a
what?
red.
What was it
Stamping.
for? That's the one. Yes.
Yeah, for
For a couple
the
of
stamp.
games.
I think it was a straight red as well, 3
It was
games.
3 games.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell. Yeah, then I'd say Isaac too. That's a good
Yeah.
shout.
I think, look, really, the options that you have, Jimenez has been good at Fulham.
Chris Wood.
Chris Wood
Chris Wood,
obviously
yeah.
started
He
the season on
he
fire.
was close second. He's
Yeah.
still for a 33-year-old bloke from New Zealand. He's
doing
been
really well.
unfucking
Doing
real.
really, really well. Delap has obviously come good towards the back end of the season so far. Isaac always a standout. Haaland started the season on fire. Like, he had 13 goals in like 6 games or something ridiculous like that. I'd probably say Isaac as well, though.
Just left foot, right foot.
I don't know if that's favouritism by us.
No,
Or
purely based on form, it would have to be Chris Wood, but based on the overall player and what you're getting, like as a package, it'd have to be Isaac.
Yeah.
so we've got Isaac up top.
Yeah.
And then we just need a manager, boys. I am going to nominate.
La 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 la.
Nope. Nuno Espirito Santo. To get done by Tottenham, to pick up Forest from where they were. Most people were considering Forest to be relegation.
No. Come on.
No, or around.
Bro, how
around
much money have they
relegation.
spent?
Nah, to be
No.
fair, you can. That's
Bro,
not a
they
bad
spent
shout,
second
though.
most to like Chelsea in terms of transfers.
Most people were considering Forest to be around the relegation zone.
Yeah.
He's got them in. They were second before we won this morning. They're currently sitting third in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest.
I'd love to agree with you, Alpy.
Arnie Slot took over a team with 4 all-time Premier League players.
I'm picking No, I'm joking. Relax.
Bro, he took over a team with 4 all-time Premier League. Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, and Alisson potentially could be in most people's all-time Premier League team of the season when they're done.
I'd pick Nuno over Slot. Sorry, boys.
I don't know.
Bro, he inherited the best possible squad that needed a freshen up, that needed new ideas, fresh ideas, and they've bloomed.
Could you say Slot got kissed on the dick?
Bro, Slot, everyone thought, and we all thought as well, Slot was walking into something that was going to be, a shit show that we've seen after Sir Alex left, shit show. After Wenger left, shit show. That's what we were all expecting. He's obviously, he's stopped that from happening, and you guys are blossoming. Absolutely.
I don't think that's given enough credit, because if you had a look at players like, for example, Gakpo in the Klopp team, he never found his place. He was tried as a 9, he was tried in the midfield, he never was a player ever. Gravenberch.
The Dutch connection.
Who the hell is Gravenberch under Klopp? Like, nobody even thought of him.
Never even had a chance really to play under him. Yeah.
Slot has improved every single player by one.
Yeah, I agree.
Nunes.
Oh,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
But
That just shows how crap Klopp was.
going from finishing third, but also being title challengers the last 7 years, to now sitting first, compared to going from 16th last season to now sitting 13th.
Yes.
Sitting third in the Prem right now. Big difference.
But I reckon if we're going to go back to the question of, has the quality of the Premier League been shit this season, or has it been actually good? I think that's where he's shining too. Like, it's like, all right, we might have capitalized.
He beat you guys.
You know, and
He
Arne Slot won't let us forget about it fucking for the rest of the season, bro.
He out-tactics Slot.
I know.
Bro,
but
he just parked the bus and played counter. You don't need to be a tactical genius to do that.
Bro, he out
Bro, even Riyadh wants to play that style. Doesn't make him a genius.
Riyadh he's running out of ideas.
He did, bro. Like,
I can't give him the plaudits just because of the playing style, purely.
But his playing style gets results. He gets wins. Mourinho's
that's fair
won
enough, but for me
titles
it's
and
negative.
Champions Leagues
Yeah.
with that same
It's
style.
not very expansive. Considering the amount of money that Nottingham Forest team has spent, it's not expansive enough.
I was hoping we can do that and actually fucking win a game. We tried that at last 10 minutes against Fulham and we copped 2 goals.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a phenomenal effort. They've gone from being relegation fodder pretty much to third, potentially going to secure
Could
a
we put
European
50-50?
spot.
Just put them both on there.
Well, 2 boldies next to each other.
You just have to do... you
2
just have to
boldies
do
make 1
assistant
boldy
manager or
anyway.
manager.
So I don't think there's a... It's no coincidence that Salah's having one of his best seasons ever. Arguably better season than like his first season when he
When
first
he's at
came
the
in.
halfway point, he's already bettered.
And
one of
I
his
think that's
previous seasons.
because of certain tactical tweaks and rotations that's isolating Salah against like fullbacks and stuff like that.
It's more luck for
It's
him.
like it's slight things. If you haven't watched the transformation of Liverpool from the start, you wouldn't sort of necessarily see these slight tweaks within the team, which is why I think Slot doesn't get enough credit because everyone, like to a degree, rightly so, it is still Klopp's team and Klopp has built amazing level of foundation, but Klopp could never win as much as he wanted with the team because he
waiting
never
for
quite
something.
had the tactical nous that Slot has. And
I
that's the
reckon-
biggest difference.
I reckon it's
you're
just
the
a,
decider.
What do you mean? I picked Nuno.
You already
picked
picked
Nuno.
Nuno, yeah.
So we're 2-2.
Yeah.
We're going to put this one out on a poll tonight.
is there gloves?
We're going to put this out on a poll tonight, and whoever wins gets put into the team of the season. As soon
Slot
as we're
or
done
Nuno?
with the pod right now, Berkz is going to be
Slot
Slot v
/ Nuno.
Nuno
Should we
for
just-
your
I'll-
manager of the season so far.
While I'm doing this, I'll just put it. I'll make a thing.
No, because he'll do nice photos and whatever. You can put it up, and he can just add it in for the edit. That's our team of the season done so far, boys. I actually think that's a pretty solid team. I can't lie. Moving on, there's a couple of things we need to talk about here. All right, genuinely, let's be serious for a second here, right? Because like we've been taking the piss a bit, we've been having a laugh. We need to have a really serious discussion.
I bet it's about Chelsea.
Are Manchester United
Yes.
in
Fair topic.
serious danger of being relegated?
Yes.
Genuinely,
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, genuinely, I need you guys to be serious.
All right. So
Because we have a lot of fans from Manchester United.
okay, so I've got their fixture up here. They've got Liverpool this week at Anfield. They're going to get pumped, hopefully there. Then they've got then they have to somehow get out of that injury-free, no suspensions. Then they've got Southampton, but in between Southampton and Liverpool, they've got Arsenal away.
FA Cup.
So I don't know who they're going to rest and who they're going to put in there. So if they can come out of that, another 5 days later, got Southampton. That's the relegation battle game.
At
At
Old
that's a
Trafford?
Old
6-pointer.
Trafford.
It's
That's
a
a six-
6-pointer.
Then they got Brighton away, which they lost last.
Oh my God.
They got Brighton at home again. And then they've got a Europa League game. Who cares about
Wait,
that?
sorry, they lost against Southampton early in the season, didn't they?
They
Wasn't that
lost to
3-6?
Brighton, I'm pretty sure.
They lost to Brighton, but I thought they lost. No,
I
no,
think
they
they-
came back against
they just-
Southampton.
yeah, they just beat
scraped. Yeah, sorry.
Then they got Fulham away.
That's another.
So every game's a big game for them. In between this, mind you, they got Europa League games in between.
Yeah,
so
they're fighting
then-
for their life. That's
Then
true.
they got Crystal Palace, so they're a little bit lucky. They've got a couple of home games there, so they do have a couple of games at Old Trafford. Then they got Spurs away, Everton away, and they got Ipswich home. Then they got Arsenal.
Yeah, there's a lot of 6-pointers in there, teams that are sort of around them, similar to their position on the table. I mean, it needs to be something that's on their mind. I mean, things have come out about Adidas. Veki, can you explain that stuff for us?
Yeah, apparently there's a clause in the sponsorship deal, the kit deal, that if Manchester United get relegated, there's a clause where Adidas can just scrap the deal straight away within that season. So they stand to lose a lot. It's a $70 million pound deal.
900 million, wasn't it? I thought.
Yeah,
700 million, wasn't it?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it was just
definitely in the
insane.
hundreds
It was close
of
to a
millions.
billion.
Amount of
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like listening to Amorim, he's very much like Ange, where he's like, no pragmatism. He wants to play his 3-4-3, and that's it. Simple fact is, he doesn't actually have the players for it. So I think I get why he doesn't want to change, but I think for the sake of them staying in the league, he needs to play a system that suits the players that he's got at hand, because he does not have the players to play 3-4-3 at the moment.
I just don't think he's going to change.
No, I hope he doesn't change.
Yeah.
But you almost like, I feel like you can't. If you're coming into a job like that, where in the situation they're in, they need like just consistent football, and you
I
can't
pray
get that if you just keep changing things around them. You know what I mean? Like he needs to implement his
Because
style
these are
of play.
like
Otherwise
all
they're gonna be
scraps
screwed.
of like 3-4 managers who wanted to play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, blah, 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 blah. They've never, ever deployed a 3-4-3 system. And he wants to keep going with it. It's clearly not working.
Yeah.
Manchester United are getting relegated this year. That's
Is that
a
straight
hot
down the camera lens?
That
He's
is
looked down the
Manchester
barrel, yeah.
United
Straight
is
down the
getting
barrel.
relegated this year.
Oof, I love it. I mean, we need to just quickly talk about what happened with Xerxes. Obviously, what do you guys make of it? Do you think it's a scapegoat? You know, subbed off 30th minute. What do you guys sort of think about that? The atmosphere in Old Trafford at the time as well.
Just negative.
I think it's a bit harsh on him, to be honest with you, because Garnacho was turning around telling the fans to clap him. But very toxic fan base. The whole place is toxic at the moment.
It's just weird where he even, like, he wasn't a part of a front two. He was like on the left wing space,
Yeah,
which
he
was
was
weird. Considering, like, that he's not the most agile of players, to put him there. And don't get me wrong, like, looking at, like, his touches, and he was giving away, like, every single pass that came to him. He couldn't hold up the ball at all. He looks like a player that's completely devoid of confidence. He looks like a player that's not Man United quality. He hasn't had a preseason. We know that. The fans are extremely impatient, you know, with what's happening in the background with the executives and all of that. Like, they were supposed to be turning a leaf right now, and they're not. It looks like it's getting worse, if anything. Yeah. And all that toxicity now is being directed to a potential scapegoat. And
they need
they need a scapegoat.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like Xerxes is that scapegoat for the fan base at the moment.
I wish Riyad was here to talk about it.
As much as I hate United, as a Liverpool fan, obviously, like that, seeing that scene of him coming off, he just the poor bloke, like,
Oh, so sad.
it's sad to see shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you don't do that to people. Like it's just.
I've never ever seen anyone have a worse cameo than that 30 minutes
Yeah.
that he's had though.
It was, I mean, fair. No, if you're playing
Not
shit, fair
justifying
enough,
the booing, but
if you're going to be a supporter of a club, like you
Yeah.
need to be behind your players, like, regardless of how shit they are. You got to at least at service level show them.
I almost
some
feel
support.
like the fans were showing venom towards what's happened in the last 10 years rather than against Xerxes in that moment.
That's what I mean. That's the scapegoat.
They're just so angry.
The outlet.
They need a vent. They need to have a go at someone.
The thing is, that could have been any player that got subbed off.
100%.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they could have literally subbed off anyone.
It could have been anyone. There was no player in a United shirt that was playing well. That first half an hour was like boys against men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It could have been 4-5-0.
Tonali, Joel Linton and Bruno G overran that midfield. I don't know what he was thinking trying to play those. Bro, Eriksen's got half a heart. Casemiro's literally, he should have retired 2 seasons ago. And these are the midfielders
But
that you're going to start against.
here's what you get challenged as a coach. So Bruno Fernandes suspended. Ugarte suspended as well. Mainu was a fitness doubt. He didn't want to play him because he didn't feel he was fit enough. And then imagine if Mainu picks up an injury, then you're really screwed. So what choice does he really have? He had to play Eriksen and Casemiro. And that is the failure of overall recruitment over the X amount of years where you're actually forced to play him. Like, you shouldn't be forced to play him at this stage of their career.
Yeah.
But you are. So, like, he's got no option. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what system you play, what formations. The simple fact is the players there overall as a package, as a squad, are not good enough. So what do you do?
Lastly, boys, I just want to move us along. We need to talk about this bit. This is very big, you know. Real Madrid have made an offer that was rejected for Trent in the January window.
Yeah. Sunny Spain.
Sunny Spain is calling.
Yes.
Antonio Banderas is calling.
Hola. I just want to get up. There was a quote that Jamie Carragher had up. He put up yesterday.
Jamie Carragher. Hey, I'm telling you now, if Trent goes to Real, he's going to be my new favourite player.
If Trent leaves Liverpool,
of course you'd say that, bro.
I agree. I'd actually appreciate it.
I'll get his jersey. For you guys. I'll actually get a Real Madrid jersey. Just to, you know.
Yeah, just to hammer it in a little bit. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Jamie Carragher. He had a.
Go on, read us out.
This is the quote. This is what I saw, and
I can't stand him, bro.
He's a bit of a. I've like more this season. I've started to dislike him a bit more, but he goes, the most important thing for LFC in 2020. I'm not going to do the accent. That's fucking shit.
Yeah.
So the most important thing for LFC in 2025 is winning the Premier League. No one's contract or future should come in the way of that. I love Trent as a lad and a player, but his team would have told Real Madrid to bid and also would have known that Liverpool would turn it down. It's to try and cover themselves when he leaves for free. Again, it's something the club/fans don't need with a huge game coming up. So she's trying to call it like a smokescreen almost to be like, he's going to leave regardless. Don't worry about it.
So can he sign a pre-contract now?
Yeah,
Yes,
he can sign
he
a
can.
pre-agreement now.
It's Jan 1.
What would happen if he turns around?
Past Jan 1.
Only with a club outside of England.
What about if he turns around and signs it now? Would that affect this year's title charge?
So this is actually very... So what David Ornstein has quoted specifically, and he's quoted a whole bunch of stuff, but I've sort of singled out a single line.
So
And that line
what
was,
suits
there is
you?
no indication that Trent's open to a move to Real Madrid still. And I feel like people are seeing the other lines and they've completely just ignored that line. Now, Real Madrid is being very smart because what they're basically doing is putting feelers out through Marca and other newspapers
Of
and
course,
stuff like
yeah.
that, saying that he wants to make... So they are definitely tempting him. They've obviously just had an offer rebuffed from the club. Now they're obviously going to approach the player
How much
and
was
test him. So, look, at the end of the day, Liverpool under FSG run things very lean in terms of finances. So there's only so much that we can offer him in terms of money. And his brothers are his agents. Now, they're obviously looking out for them as a family. And they don't feel like they're holding Liverpool to a ransom. They feel like they're holding FSG to a ransom. So if
Makes
you're
sense.
like, if you're a player that's 26, kind of want everything with your boyhood club, and you're looking at two offers, one offer is, let's say, 300K a week,
And you're in
and the other's like 600.
But
You're kind of like, it's a big call to make.
I think-
To stay or go.
I don't think Madrid offer that much. Would they offer that much?
But they would
per
offer
week
a
to
lot
him?
more as a package than what Liverpool
Fucking
would
oath,
offer.
bro.
How much is- how much
This
is
is
Mbappe
a new
on?
thing.
No, I don't think that
That's
offer big money
that's
contract.
massive money. Like
Weekly
No, when you mean
wage.
600
Yeah.
sign-on bonus, because
Yeah.
they're not paying the club a fee. So that fee they will pay, for example, instead of giving Liverpool 80 million or whatever they're going to give if he was under contract, they'd give 60 million in agent fees.
Agent fees.
So his brothers.
Yeah.
So that adds on to the, for example, that's where he's
The
adding
whole
on to that.
deal. Like 600 was just like a sort of like a
Arbitrary
placeholder.
number, yeah.
But overall, as a package,
They'll get 60 million and then
and I'm
they'll
just
give
talking
him a
about
signing.
purely financial package. Then there's obviously the weather, the city, the lifestyle, his best
Trophies.
mates there, all that kind of consistently like competing,
Baby daddy.
all that kind of stuff. Like
Baby daddy.
it's a big draw. It's a huge draw.
It is.
Like, okay, let's take football out of it completely. You've been at your workplace for how long?
13 years.
Let's
That's why I need
let's say
this.
another
That's
work.
why you need to like, follow, share. You need to get me out, please.
Let's say a new workplace approaches you that you'll be doing exactly the same thing, and I'd offer you 2.5x your current wage.
I'm going, brother. See you later.
but hey,
It's just, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
not even thinking
Hold
about
on,
it.
hold on. You don't wear your workplace's shirt everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's a different. You can't. That's apples and oranges comparison. I reckon you can't use that as a scenario.
I think
Trent's gone, bro.
If
He
Real
probably
Madrid
will. I'll
come
be surprised.
knocking, he has to go.
in a way, I think he's done himself a disservice by saying, I'm not going to talk to anyone, because Van Dijk and Salah have stated many times throughout the season that they want to stay,
Yeah.
to see their careers out here, etc.
But they're old, man.
But he's
they're-
just
they're
stayed silent.
Yeah.
So I
They're
feel
at
like
different
things
ends
are
of
And he's doing
festering.
the whole, the celebration.
Things are
with the
festering. I
goal
think that
too.
was towards the media. I genuinely do.
Eventually, yeah.
They're at different ends of their playing career, man.
Yeah.
Trent's not even in his prime. Like, Trent's about to enter his prime as a player. That 27, 28, 29 years old.
Which
They're-
But you can still come out and maybe send half a message that you're planning to stay,
Yeah.
as opposed to just dead
Because
quiet.
the fans are gonna. They
are already turning on him.
Yeah.
Trent,
And that's where there's-
2025, 2026.
That's
Real
where those
Madrid.
memes have come out now. It's my favorite thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, James Miller took that corner. Like, what a corner!" Blah blah blah. You know, like
I mean,
See, this is our Liverpool fans. They just turn on their own
yeah,
players.
they're just fickle. They
I'm not
reckon
saying
they-
I'm turning.
One
they
fucking
haven't
calls
said anything,
Caicedo's
bro.
mum fat. The other one completely
Bro, let's
forgot
be
that
honest,
he
she's
scored a
really fat
corner.
though.
I don't forget. I love it.
Yeah, I think this really does sum up the fan atmosphere a lot, though. How fickle it can be and how reactionary, and none of us know anything. All we're seeing is reports from journalists that we think.
Becky works at the club. What do you mean?
Yeah,
What is your
Veki gives
agent
us
say?
definitive answers about contract situations.
My agent says that at the moment it's very easy for journalists to spin stories. It is their job. It's very easy to just say, "Oh yeah, he's going to Madrid." 2 + 2 = 4. I think it's definitely more complicated than Salah's and Van Dijk's contract. And yeah, there is a chance of him going. I'm not going to
Let's
say
go.
there isn't, but at the moment nobody still knows anything.
I just think operationally, like as a club, you're thinking about the age he's at now. He's, like you said, he's about to enter his prime. He's not old per se. Like he's at the perfect, ripe age to play his best football. I would cave in and potentially. Give
And
him
don't
that
forget,
bonus.
this
I
was
would give him
engineered
that.
by him for him to finish up the current Liverpool contract at this age, because the club did offer him a 6-year contract and he said no.
Smart.
He signed a 4-year deal.
Yeah, smart.
So this was engineered by his brothers, who are his agents. So then they could come to this place and be in a stronger position when it
To
comes to
negotiate, yeah.
negotiating for salary.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's again, business is business at the
They
end of
should,
the
they
day.
should pick up Ugi and represent him too.
Oh, bro, I'd become a superstar.
Because like
Superstar
player
agent.
careers are relatively short, and you got to make your money whilst you're playing. You know what I mean?
Talking about short player careers. We do need to come to Chelsea.
Why are you talking about the Jet?
Madueke, you can put Madueke in that bracket.
Madueke and Diaz are on the same
3
level,
games,
bro.
amazing, and then
Yeah, like Diaz.
Well, we need to talk about this PED saga. We do need to talk about it.
Okay, can I just nip it in the butt nice and early?
No.
The no,
Nip
wait.
it in the bud, not the butts.
Butts, isn't it?
It's bud.
Why
Nip it in the bud.
why has your form dropped off a cliff since
It's
he got done?
just a little blip.
No, since he got done, why has... Can you guys no longer take PEDs?
So
a head of nutrition and medical also had to leave, like emergency leave.
yeah, I would have to agree with you if it was the Chelsea Football Club. Had nothing to do with the Chelsea Football Club. I like to say it here first. It was the Ukrainian national team
There you go.
mixed in with some Russian agents in between, I reckon, because he's the face of Ukraine Football Club.
Ukraine Football Club.
They're a football club, not a national team.
You're the face of Chelsea on our podcast, and
Yes.
you've got a lot of mates that support Chelsea. What do they make of your current form dip? Like, tell me about Austin, and what are their opinions?
That's a loaded question because Austin watches as many games as Berkz. But the other boys, look, we just hit bad form at the moment. I guess it's just 1 point in the last 3 games is disgusting. Now the top 4 race is definitely on. It's a race of the top 4, not the title. So
There was a title race.
I said from the start there wasn't. So just proves that we are in a top 4 race, not a title race.
Serious question for you boys.
Yeah.
Do you genuinely see Nottingham Forest as one of your rivals?
No,
Or is this like a sort of once-off occurrence where it's like,
it's like
whatever.
Leicester.
It's a Leicester.
Not really worried.
It's like a Leicester.
Because like, do you see them continuing this run and like taking one of those top 4 spots?
Oh, as in for the rest of the year,
This season, yeah.
I reckon they're going to drop off. Me personally, I reckon they're going to fizzle out.
I
they'll
don't
get a top
think
4
they'll
spot.
fizzle out. And if they do, I don't think they'll drop that far down.
They're not going to make the top 4.
I reckon they get a European spot regardless, whether it's conference or Europa. They'll be top
that's
6.
fucking top 8, line.
Well, how can you say they're not going to make the top 4 so confidently?
I reckon they're going to fizzle out
Well, look how many other teams are
because
that
they've
far
been
below
very
them.
lucky with injuries. They've had 0 injuries. Everyone's
Decent-sized
been
squad as well.
everyone's been
Yeah, they've got a
available.
massive squad.
Everyone's
They
been
made that many
available,
signings.
and they've had So I reckon they will fizzle out. And I still reckon City's going to pip top 4. They're going to finish 3rd or
Potentially,
4th.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
They're known to
I'm-
do stupid runs.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can we please stop talking about the stupid runs? Because that was with players like Mahrez, Gundogan in peak
Doesn't matter,
form.
bro.
Like, those players are gone.
Pep's
That's
already
not
said
going to
he's
happen
gonna-
anymore.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
those
spend
those
this-
players are gone.
De Bruyne, like
Yeah,
he's
they
done.
are.
You know how Pep goes there. If something goes wrong,
Look,
he
the
spends
run
money,
is
bro.
not gonna
He's
happen,
I
eh?
reckon they're going to make
The run's not going to happen.
Bro,
I'm happy to
they-
put my hand up and say it.
Look into the mirror.
The mirror.
The run's not happening.
Yeah, good.
I don't think they've got the players for the run this season.
If anyone can muster a hard run at the Prem right now, it's Arsenal for me.
Yeah, of course. So they haven't changed. I said
Although
top 2.
losing Saka, I would be much more confident pre-Saka injury.
Yeah. That's the first episode of 2025 wrapped up. Once again, wishing everyone, all of you, a year of success. Please like and share everything we post. I mean it. Please like. You know what? No, please. Just like,
Just
follow,
like.
share everything that we post.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Here's to a big year ahead for us and for you.
Cheers.
This.